tonight because I'm not fucking around. No. I want these boys to come forward and tell me why they think it's acceptable to intimidate a woman like me and then think they can go away, run away to the police, come on here, pretend they're Billy Big Spuds. Do you know what I mean? Not on my watch. Right, let me get everyone in the boxes. Please, guys, get me to 10k likes, and please just keep sharing for a minute while I get everything finished off for tonight's live. Wait until you see what I've got in front of me. Hi, Lily. You all right, darling?
No, okay. Hello, guys.
Hello. Please get tapping, guys, and get sharing. Thank you. Just give me a couple of minutes.
I'm tagging in the FYP. Come on, guys.
Thanks, guys. I've worked very hard the last 48 hours. These lot will tell you I've been very, very quiet working.
Love you.
Hi, Lily. You all right, darling?
Hiya. You alright, Queen?
I'm good, lovely. Just give me a couple of minutes and then I'll be all ready. Hi, Pure. Please stay in, darling. I've got loads for you tonight.
Okay. Making just had to pop out, Queen.
All right, lovely.
Hello, Bento. How are you?
I'm okay, Lily. How are you? Have you had a good day?
Yeah, I've had a good day. I've been worried about you since you sent us that message yesterday saying you weren't well.
Oh, I know. I feel loads better today, though, mate. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, brilliant. Is Mickey okay? I know he's out,
Yeah,
but he just
yeah, he's good.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, darling. You all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm good, darling.
Good.
Tap to 10k, 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 guys.
Come on, guys, get your gingerbread on. Oh, Paul. I told you. I've had excellent news today.
Oh, go on.
I had to go and take my son earlier on to sort his computer out because I have to buy all the parts of it. Anyway, when I pulled up, now the shipbagger lives upstairs from me. I told you about it.
I can't hear a bloody word you're saying, love. I'm not going to lie.
I said, did I ever tell you about the shipbagger who lives upstairs from me?
Right.
Anyway, when I got back, he was fucking moving. I couldn't believe me. Look, I was that excited.
Oh, wow.
He was walking up the stairs. I was like, Mark, quick, the rubbish is taking itself out. I come in the house because he was high-fiving his mates up the road. He just turned around and glared at me. He was taking I come in the house.
Oh, good.
You know, that fucking thing as loud as I could. One feeling dancing on the ceiling, fucking celebrate, let's have a party tonight, all of you. I've got it on, I've got it out the window, I was absolutely out.
Oh, well, I'm happy for you, love.
The shitbag was going.
Come on, guys, tap to 10k. I'm not seeing any likes. It protects the live. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Hillbilly roast.
Evening, love.
I'm right in the mood me tonight, guys. Come on, everyone. I want you to get in the mood for this evening because I'm in the fucking mood. These fellas ain't gonna know what's hitting when I'm done. That's it, guys. Get me in the fucking 10k likes. Come on, and I'll start. Oh, Jamie, we're doing old school tonight. We're going straight back to our ranking investigations.
Oh, I like this tune.
It reminds me of my mum, this song.
You can't beat the classics, can you?
No, hey, it's a bit of hillbilly rock and roll tonight, though. They'll all be standing in line when I'm fucking done. Come on, guys. Hello, Eagle. It's nice to see my usuals in here this evening because have I got something to deliver to you tonight? I promised you I would stay consistent with this for 19 months. And guess what? I really have, as you all know. And you ain't going to believe what's right in front of me, and I'm going to be showing you in a minute. Yeah, we've got loads to go through tonight with ranking all these little minions. Back to the old school, guys. No more drama. Hi, Joe. Hope you're good, darling. Hi, Nat.
Why not?
It's so nice to see my usuals in here. Come on, guys. Get tapping.
I think Charles missed you all, guys.
I have. I've missed everyone. Where's Bloody Penny? Is she in here tonight? We've got Naomi in here.
To her.
Hillbilly road, standing line and away we go.
I used to know the line dance to this.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you'd have to make a video and send it to us, Lele. Let's do it.
Oh, I will do.
Do you know what, Joe? I'm over the moon tonight, my lovely. It's about time I come on here and get back to my usual self without letting these idiots, like they have done for so long, interfere and, you know, just drag us down, shall we say, but they're not doing it anymore. So I'm going to play one more song and then we're going to get cracking. So please get me to 10k. I would be so grateful. I wish that other phone had shut up. Where am I? Give me a minute, guys. Here we go. Here's a little song for the wrong uns. That's another story, cold to spill. I'm thinking with my head against the windowsill. Another beast on TikTok isn't really real. Supposed to be a role model with your SEX appeal. Stories coming out of shocking. Electric ears. Imagine you're always screaming no. Over and over the beast won't let you go. How can you still support this from watching money grow?
Now it's Queen's number account now, so I ain't seen no requests to block or anything. Oh, hang on. Now I can't see you in there. Anybody else can you see that in the request?
Right, I'm going to start in a minute, guys, because I'm just really looking forward to showing you what I've actually gone out of the way this weekend to do. So, basically, I've missed doing this. I'm back. I am back, everyone. No one is taking me off my grind. No one is going to take me off what I've worked extremely hard for, and certainly we're not going to have people trying to discredit my work. Well, our work now, actually, because since VIMTO has been involved, and Observer, and a few other individuals in here, they've all played a massive part in this, and every little part they've played in it we've been able to deliver some real awareness, some real safety advice, what to do. Thank you, guys. You know, we've managed to like literally bring a lot out so we can show you guys what is actually working on this app and other platforms. So, give me a minute, so I'll just take this bloody green screen off. 1 second, guys. Right, where are we? I'm not very good with these bloody green screen thingy-majiggy-bobs. There we go. So I'm just going to show you something now. This is what I've been doing. And it's been nice, actually, to just get my head stuck back in. Right. So we have all of this tonight. Oh. Receipts, receipts, receipts. Before anyone says, how do you know they've been locked up? Receipts. And by the way, this man is still wanted. I will be putting the details up so you can get in touch with Crime Stoppers. I will give you the contact details and the crime reference number. Our little Mikey P here with his big cock nose. TikTok shop, we love ya. And then, who remembers the lovely Clicko Dick? Well, look at him right here. Where does he work? That's right, Dudley Council. What do you think he does for all of these? Oh, there's the big man himself. Oh, look at that little shit face there. Stephen Chip Chase. Everyone calls him Chippy. I mean, he looks like a chippy as well, doesn't he, for fuck's sakes. And then we've got the lovely Rongan himself, Neil Anderson. I mean, we've got quite a little bit of a file on him. Put all that. Oh, we've got it all tonight, guys. So, all I'm going to say is, stay tuned in. Right. So, as you all know...
Oh, I like that wax burner, Michelle. Sorry, love.
Oh, it's not even a wax burner, you know. It's just a little featured fireplace thing. It's cute,
nice.
though, isn't it? I like things like this. So, tonight, guys, I'm going to go over with what I've got here in front of me. We're also going to watch some videos, which has been in the last couple of days, shall we say, with this lot. However, this is a very serious matter, and I'm not going to have no haters in here tonight. I'm just going to make that clear. I don't care who comes in here for the well, you know, the other situation. That's staying where it is. We've made a plan to move forward from that. So tonight I am back to the old me, and I'm not having no interference. So, first of all, we're going to start with this creature here. Who's this, everyone? It's the lovely Rangi, LCS News. What does that say there? Protester to pay Middlesbrough Council 15k in court costs. Now, first of all, let me just mention something here. If this man was right about social services or anything that had come out of his mouth, he wouldn't have ended up with that. If he was in the right and they was in the wrong, he would have ended up walking away with that, wouldn't he? Right or wrong? Yes. So, you ask yourself today, who is this middle-aged man coming out here with a big truck that, by the way, he's no longer got anymore? So then you look into him and then you start to find out he's got a very, very dark past. But he's promising all these women on TikTok he's going to help you get your children back. He's going to come and fight your what do you call it, case with social services. He's going to stand his ground with your social care. Now, I'm going to make a couple of little pointers before we move forward tonight. Number one, this creature here has to pay that amount. You lot are all paying it with his little charities that he's got on here. However, he's not actually funding that. He's funding his little organised crime setup, which I'm going to go through in a minute with you. Then, to top it off, he doesn't know anything about social services. Everything's about the police. MI5, the police, blah, 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 blah. Then he talks about grooming, doesn't he? Talks about rape constantly. Now, how many different abuse, is there out there? You've got financial abuse, you've got the DV, you've got SA, but he just sticks to one thing, doesn't he? It's constant, constant, constant. Kiddie this and kiddie F that and kiddie F this. And it's just like, you are used to that word, lad. You really are. But then you look a little bit deeper and you think, right, middle-aged man is saying that social workers have done this and that. Now, he's also promising to come to your social workers to help you. How is that possible when this man's got an ASBO? He's not allowed anywhere near their social services because if he does, it'll be a criminal offence and he'll be arrested. So if he can't go to his social services building and there's an ASBO that says you are not allowed in so many yards, meters, then how's he going to come to your social services and help you? Do you understand that, guys? That's a little bit like, yeah, it just does not happen like that. This man has got such a blacklisted name with the social care system in general. He's not allowed near any social services building. He can't be promising you he's going to get your children out of the care system. What he's doing is giving you false hope. He's doing a lot of scaremongering. And then to top it off, he's collecting information and data, which some of you on here have done that. You've handed your children's birth certificates to this man. You've given him your birth certificates. You've given him everything. And as soon as he's got that, he'll block you, do a runner, he'll take your money, and then that's it. He's writing to your perpetrator, who you're running from, as a way of trying to get back at you. Right, and this has been going on now since I've seen him on the TikTok app for 19 months. However, I can tell you this man has got 20 odd years of criminal, disgusting convictions. And tonight we're going to talk about the convictions that he's got, because I won't shy away. And a lot of people will say, well, if he's done this and he's done that, why is he on this app? Do you know why people like this are on this app? Because you see this. Right, I'm going to teach you something now. Police informants, for starters, you can go and check it out for yourself as well. They come out on the scene as a poster boy. Why is that again? That's right, because if they're seen to be top dog, they get into a group a lot easier. They don't need to fuck about. And with this one, we've all seen that it goes from group to group on here, all different protesting groups that have nothing to do with the council. It goes into toxic water, fruit and veg. He's literally on this little mad mission. And then you say, well, why is that, I wonder? What's he up to? Because I've actually seen this man being called out by the Asian community on this app, and they've asked him, like, why are you rolling around with Tommy Robinson crews, yeah? Give you a little example right now. Oh. Why are you hanging around Rangi? Now, I'm going to be the voice tonight for the Asian community because, I do genuinely have a lot of respect. And there's someone right here now, actually. Sally, do you want to come into the box, darling, before I go any further with this? And maybe you can confirm tonight how many times Rangi likes to throw around, oh, they're being racist. Do you know what I mean? Because it gets a little bit boring, Rangi. So, honestly, you can all go and ask Sally. She's in the comments, guys. If she wants to come up, will someone let Sally up, please, guys? So, these are the type of people now that this one hangs around with. Timu versions. Yeah?
Sorry, babe. Listen, I'm having problems. Like, Nat said she's requested the box. I ain't seen any requests coming in from anybody.
No, I've not seen them either.
He does request. It's not saying that it's going to come up. I don't know what's happened, but I'm not seeing anything coming up at all.
I'll start the mod settings in a minute. Give me a minute just while I finish this.
Okay.
And as well, guys, I just don't want no distractions yet. I just want to focus on this and then we can all have chit-chat about whatever then. So, we've got Timu version of Phil Mitchell here, right? Oh, here she is. Here's my darling. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
Hi, lovely. I was just wondering, because you've known me for a long time now on this app, and you know my personality, you know me like my, you know, just the way I come across on here. Everything Rangi says about me being racist or anything like that, can you confirm, am I, or anything? You know, do you have any opinions
No,
on
you've
me?
not been racist at all, to be honest.
Thank you, my lovely. And tonight I'm
Is
just
this
gonna,
in papers?
it's there, look. So
What
I'm gonna be
paper?
showing,
What paper is it in?
that is the Chester, oh, here we go. The Chester News. So if you just type in,
Oh,
if you just type that in,
who's
that
he?
name, this is Rangi's best friend, who he was brought in to ring me 6 months ago to intimidate me, collect my information, and even try and threaten me. Well, I did tell him, listen, mate, don't bother, because I will come to you and I will let you know what I've got on you. Oh, look what I've uncovered. He's actually wanted right now as well. Guess what for? Well, water pistols. Yeah, he admits as well that he's actually a far right. And these are the type of people Rangi are hanging around with. And Sally, can you confirm how many people in the Asian community in Bradford, you know, in all different areas where Rangi is, have called him out about being a far right? And what does he always come back with, Sally? You there, Sal? She might be.
Sally, you're on mute, darling.
It's all right, I'll come back to Sally in a minute. So Sally will confirm with you, this guy will usually sit there and go, no, I don't work with them type of people. That's what he does, right? And he'll sit there until he's like literally got his veins popping out of his forehead. And I'm thinking, wow, you really are disrespecting now your friends, you know, your community, your family. Not that he's really got much family left, because he was actually kicked out of his family. I wonder why. Do you know what I mean? I wonder why. Because do you know Ranki's dad? When he answers the door to people, he will often, the first thing that comes out of his mouth about women is, don't go near my son. He's a bad man, doesn't he, Rangi? And then what else does your dad want? Some of these mothers for the daughters. Keep him away is bad news. See, Rangi does not like it because I have got a lot of deep intel on him. And I'm talking from family members, you know, drug dealers that used to roll the streets with him, that have like passed me a lot of information over how this man started running to the police and saying that other people was groomers because he owed them debts. That's how it originally started. Then he got into a little bit of a pickle, our Rangi, because, well, as you all know, he was in the register, yeah, and I can 100% confirm that. This man was in the register, and to get this new sort of persona today that he carries, this new little life, do you know what he did? He signed a contract with the devil. He started to run around with the police, which now there, do you know what? It's the justice system as well that pisses me off. And I am going to speak about Northumbria Police tonight, because I don't know what the fuck you think you lot are doing, letting this shithead roll around for 19 months on this app, promising women he's going to get them out this country. There's going to be 30 grandies they're waiting in India, Italy. Eh? What a load of rubbish. But we all know Northumbria Police are shit at the jobs. Do y'all want to know why? Because what they did, they paid this creature here £10,000 to go away and spy on grooming gang members. Do you know why he was able to do that? Because he had access to him, because not only was he a rug dealer, and that's what he was always known for, our Rangi here. In fact, he even lost his taxi licence, didn't you, Rangi? Over broccoli. And then he assaulted a girl in his taxi. So then when Northumbria Police brought him back, you know, into the informant world, they let him have a new taxi licence just while he was being an informer. 2014 now. Do you know what? Last night, we're going to play some really good points tonight. because I picked up on what he said. 2014, yeah? He spoke up. He's known about this since 2014, 15, 16, 17. And then in 2019, he spoke up, he says, like he comes out on the scene and starts telling everyone and the public, you know, this so-called scandal, what's supposed to have happened. Now, the funny thing is, I went all out to look into this scandal. Oh, and believe me, there was a scandal. Yeah, I'm not even going to sit here and say there wasn't, because there was, and it was disgusting. And the fact that this man was able to take £10,000 off a police force and go out there, right, and then do a policeman's job. Where is the justice? Where is the protection from the people that our council tax as well actually pays, the services that are supposed to be doing what, you know, we pay for? Why are we paying now for predators? Let me just turn this down a minute, guys. The predator we pay for. Oh, shit. So why are we paying now for predators to go out and do a policeman's job? Because I do have a serious issue with that. I really, really do. Thanks, Joe. I mean, the police are actually letting this man continue to do what he's doing today. And I've had many arguments for the last 19 months. How is this right? How is this normal? How is this the norm today in 2025? We've got men like this coming on our platforms using vulnerable causes. So what, abuse women, children? He's come on here and admitted in front of the police that he shipped a whole load of kids out, and we've had people say, why is he allowed to walk out the police station when he's just admitted that? Well, you lot now tell me why. Because for months all I've heard, bring the receipts, bring the receipts, bring the receipts. I always come with receipts. But you know this man here, you ain't just going to find receipts like that, are you? Do you know why? Why is that again? Because he's a police informer. Do you know what that means? Because to the people on here that think they're going to try and discredit me, which is a not, because I know what I'm sat on, it's just legally, I'm not allowed to share too much or I'll get, you know, done. And I'm not that stupid. I will listen to the law. If they say, Michelle, you can post a little bit of free speech yet, but you can't post this legal document because you will get into trouble. What do you think I'm going to go with? So yeah, I will take it on the chin. Come on, I will take it on the chin. I want all the enablers tonight to come and sit in here now and you can all hear and see what I've got right in front of me, yeah? Simple as fucking that. How dare you think you're going to come on here and discredit anything when this creature here, this creature is affecting so many women. It's unreal. And then when I find women sitting there trying to defend him like you know him, and then when I ask you, how long have you known him for? Do you know what answer I get? And it's really stupid because it shows how gullible some of you really are. I've known Rangi for about 7 weeks now. 7 fucking weeks. 7 weeks. Well, I've known this little fucking 19 months. And do you know what I've had to listen to? And I'm going to tell you now. Can someone please put trigger warning in the comments? I've had to listen to this man's family members tell me how he essayed his disabled niece, the one who can't walk or talk. Then, to top it off, I had to sit here and listen to a poor woman tell me how she invited this man into her home because when he first started on his app, he was relying on you single mothers to stay in your houses because he thought that was normal. Now, social workers don't come and stay in your house overnight. So, yeah, a lot of us went over and challenged him about this. And one of them poor women, do you know what he did to her? Trigger warning. She was sat on her own toilet when this creature walked in that bathroom and put that disgusting turkey Twizzler where the sun, don't shine, shall we say, because he thinks he's the man. And I'll tell you what I've got for him, because I'll tell you what I'd like to ram down his freaking gob, and do you know what it is? Yeah, by fucking knuckles. I'm telling you now. TikTok shop, I love you. I don't know why this man thinks he's got power. And I'm going to go into a little bit more why he thinks he's got power in a minute. Because him and his military friends, his dodgy ex-copper friends, you know, like Gary Waterman and all of them, he thinks he's fully protected because once upon a time, he had his foot in the police doorway. Well, I'm going to show you a little bit of something now tonight. How far this man actually goes. So... oh, yeah, by the way, I found all these as well. What's he doing on a leaflet there for mediation? That's not his company. No, it doesn't work for him. He was at mediation and he let the people just take a picture so he could go in front of a leaflet. Why do you think that was? Because he likes to be the poster boy, doesn't he? Hey, look at him. Ugh, cringer. Anyway, I'm going to show you something else. So he says he's not part of the far right, yeah? Well, let me just give you a little something here. Mikey P. Yeah, he's been in prison quite a few times. He's been locked up on many occasions. Then, there's Rangi, who says he's not with a far-right group, but in a minute I'm going to prove to you, yes, he is. And then, why would they be watching migrants? Why are they? Now, this was in 2023. I've been on the profile today. They've actually posted me and my son up on this YouTube account. And the person who owns this account is this little creature here. This is Stefan Chipchase. This is actually Rangi's tech man. So I do believe, and I have been told by the locals in Middlesbrough, that Rangi will often pay this creature here with rugs, starting from broccoli and the shite that goes up your nostrils and the rest of it. He is an alcoholic and he just basically does everything Rangi wants him to. However, he is very good on computers. So he does all the promoting, the YouTube accounts, and it's him who owns this account here called Jack Reports, yeah? So you can all go on YouTube right now and search that in. You will see a picture of me and my son when he was a baby, because once again, this is all they can do. They say they're protecting women and kids, but yet they thought they'd be clever and post my child up on this YouTube account. You look very closer into this account, it's been watching this live bolt tracker since 23. And they're still watching it now because the latest video was posted a couple of days ago. So then you think, well, why are they watching migrants? I mean, what would these men, for example, right now, yeah, Rangi, Chippy, because that's his nickname there, Stefan Chipchase, Rangi, Stefan Chipchase, we've got Baldylocks, then we've got this. Oh, hang on, I've got another character to bring in. Here we go, we've got this one. Neo Anderson, aka Thomas Anderson with 2 N's. Well, he owns a 3D printer, 3D software, and he's also sharing material, his own recommendations. And I said this the other night, I'm going to say it again. My recommendations on social media come up for pet products, fashion, makeup. This man's getting recommendations on his platforms. Are you ready? And this is how stupid he is because he shares his own recommendations. So then you think, oh, what's he been looking at? Here we go. And obviously I've cropped this out, guys, but that's a doll, as you can see. So this is what he's getting advertisements for. And this is what he thinks he can write above it. Well, I've asked this man, what are you doing getting recommendations for this? And then he just runs away. And then he comes back to me and says, I'm on P websites. He's got images and videos of me, inappropriate ones, which now tells you his mentality even more, just how sick and low he will go. However, I've got something really interesting to show you with this creature. Here's another one who likes to fuck around with firearms. Mr. Anderson there. Once again, got a prison sentence, but managed to appeal it. Yeah, managed to appeal it, he did. 2003. So I'm going to be posting that up for everybody to be looking at. Now, I want to show you something very interesting here with this Thomas Anderson. Now, do you remember last week we spoke about that idiot there? Where is it? Give me a minute. So Defenders and Childhood, LCS News, it was that Ross Valance. So this was his profile. Look who tends to share it. Rangi, Wake Up Public Rangi, and LCS News 1. Believe it or not, that's just Rangi. Now, I'm going to show you something here. This is a trigger warning. But I am getting way too fucking concerned now for this shit. And before I show you these pictures, well, these comments on this paperwork, because tomorrow I've got a very interesting meeting. I'm just going to play something for you to listen to. Give me a minute.
Sean outward after the...
Here it is. Before I show you that, I want you to listen to this. Trigger warning, guys. This is Thomas Anderson, once again, linked to Rangi LCS News. I'm going to play this and then I'm going to show you something.
Gate video, you know, she's got that vulnerable girl who had learning difficulties, dressed with pigtails, calling him daddy and dressed as a bloody toddler. Do you know what I mean? Going down on her knees, shall we say? You know?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've got. Well, yeah, it's there. Just look up Daddy Gate video with Callie Diamond, and you'll see lots about it. But I wouldn't imagine the video's still online. He'll have had that scrubbed. But these people are among us, and they're on all our major platforms, and they're not right in the head.
I just think that, you know, so I mean, I was sent to boarding school and stuff. Like, I was put in different places.
Pick up, Pick. I've just got to point this out. Russell Brand, I've got some very bad videos of that guy. He's not on our side, buddy. Who's that? Who's that you're talking about? Russell Brand? Russell Brand, yeah. I've got videos of him touching a 12-year-old girl's breast. So he's not one, you know. Sean outward after the Daddy Gate video, you know, she's got that. I'm going to show you something.
And I am very concerned because there's a well-known TikToker on here and she is very, very vulnerable. And her mum usually runs the account. And I know sometimes it's very hard, to keep up with comments from fans, everybody like that. But I just need to show you something because I'm very concerned. This young girl here is constantly being watched by Thomas Anderson. Now, I've had a good look. They're not related, so I've debunked that. They're definitely not related. There's no connection between them. But it's very interesting because when I look at people like this online, I usually do look at the likes and the shares because it tells me more what type of character they are. So then I goes on this man's likes and shares, and every single like and share and comment he's done is on young girls ranging from newborn babies. He's actually thanking the mothers, putting in videos. You ready? These are the comments. Thank you for sharing this precious moment. Thank you for sharing this. And I'm thinking, hang on. These are all girls. There's not one boy. There's not one boy with, you know, a learning disability or an illness, but every single one of them are girls. Girls. So, ready for my meeting tomorrow. And before I do actually hand all this in, I want to share this tonight because I do know I have got my good friend here, Paul, recording this. And I know I can actually re-download this tomorrow and I can put this up now. So, I'm going to show you the comments, guys, of how he's obsessing over one young girl on this app right now. And I'm keeping a close eye on it until tomorrow, until I go and hand this shit in. So, read that. Looking forward to a dancing video later, right? Precious moment. Thank you for sharing. Why would this man be commenting on little baby girls' videos and parents saying, thank you for basically sharing your baby with us? Are you all getting the gist of things now, where we're going with this shit, yeah? Yeah? Because I can keep going with this all night, and some people just go, oh, she rabbits on. No, this ain't rabbing it on, love. This is trying to put sense into people's heads. What grown-ass, middle-aged, disgusting man goes commenting on your baby pictures? Thank you for sharing. Oh, trust me, there's more to come yet. There's a lot more. So, here's another member of LCS News that's linked with these lot, and these lot like to make little stupid comments from time to time. Now remember, these are men that want to safeguard you and your children from social workers and the rest of it. Well, do you want to hear how they speak about women? Yeah? This is about me. Because she's let a lot of men abuse her and use her body, she's now angry with men, and she's a humiliating embarrassment to her own family. That is how they speak about women and degrade women. They're supposed to be, oh, we're here to help women. Yeah, not diss them or mock or go through shit like that or put comments like that. It's disgusting. And you think these lot are going to come and save you? Because I'm telling you now, men who can speak like that about women, they ain't to save no one. They're here to save your money, put it up in their bank accounts, and take. That's all they do. They're not asked about your feelings. They don't care. Now, here's another one. Read that. Always beautifully dressed. You see that, guys? Do you see what I'm saying now? Yeah? This man has got no links with these girls. Then. Yeah. Are you ready for this one? Ready for the next one? Yeah? Now remember, these are young girls with disabilities. Some of these girls can't even communicate or look at the actual phone. So what I'm saying is, now this is getting even creepier. Creepier. Because when you hear that video, while I'm showing you these, let's just listen to what he's saying.
Sean Atwood, after the Daddygate video, she's got that vulnerable girl who had learning difficulties, dressed with pigtails, calling him daddy, and dressed as a bloody toddler. Do you know what I mean? Going down on her knees, shall we say? You know?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've got. Well, yeah, it's there. Just look up Daddygate video with Carrie Diamond, and you'll see lots about it. But I wouldn't imagine the video's still online. You'll have had that scrubbed. But these people are among us, and they're on all our major platforms. And they're not right in the head.
I just think that, so, I mean, I was sent to boarding school and stuff, like, I was put in different places.
Pick. I've just got to point this out. Russell Brand, I've got some very bad videos of that guy. He's not on our side, buddy. Just need to put that out there.
Who's that you talking about? Russell Brand?
Russell Brand, yeah. I've got videos of him touching a 12-year-old girl's breast. So he's not one,
Got to realise it.
So, you've just heard that as I'm showing you these comments, right? Now I'm going to show you something here, because this is how fucking sick these are. Yeah? Now, you all remember the confession Rangi made in the police station, right? So look what Neil Anderson's put. No, he didn't admit any of the sort. He moved children out of the district to protect them from social services. Have you seen what else he's put there at the top? So if you're in the modelling or the peace industry, or you're in the OF or whatever, this is how they portray you. However, I'm not in that industry, and this guy has literally tried to degrade me with these piece of shits on here, because this is his mentality. It's disgusting. It's all orientated around women's body parts. Women, and young girls with disabilities, because he's got an unhealthy obsession with young girls with disabilities. Just like he's admitting in that video, he has got a video, Sean Atwood, yeah, a grown-ass woman with pigtails, with learning disabilities, vulnerabilities on her hands and knees. Do you see where we're going with this? Because when you're observing someone's, you know, personality and their criminal lifestyle and how they're going about operating with the shit, that all now comes into perspective. And that's what I'm trying to teach you lot right now. This is not normal. This is not normal. Grown-ass men are not allowed to just get kids and move them out, yeah? And do you know what the most funniest thing is here with this Thomas Anderson, who claims Rangi's innocent all the time, and we know he's not. I mean, I don't know how many times you can stick up for a wrong un. Well, there again, he's a wrong un, so that's why I just stick up for him. However, you know, I don't know how many times you can come on here and keep making yourself look like an absolute idiot. Where is it? Let's listen to this, shall we? Because, well, it says different. So, no, he didn't admit any of the sort. He moved children out of the district to protect them from social services. Shall we all see what the police had to say about that, shall we? Here's the police interview.
You know,
But I can't tell you that right now because I've had to ship a whole load of them out in different cities to safeguard them because nobody's helping us.
right. So
We're going up 10 years.
where have you shipped these children out?
Well, I'd rather not give it to you right now because you don't know on the car.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Are you in the show? Yeah. Did you end up?
No, because when they take that, when the private meeting, let's do it properly one by one. Otherwise, they get jumbled up.
Banging. My concern is now, and we have children. You said so made aware of something. We can't. We have to do something about it. If you give me the names of the children, potentially their ages or wherever they're from, we can do that research. We can speak to other
You could do that research. Now, this is complex. Right?
No, I
To
understand.
explain this very, very simply, you've got to start from the
The
beginning.
children you're referring to, do you believe they're unsafe at the minute, or are you safe than yourself?
No, there's a child that's still unsafe.
Right. So why don't we start with that child?
No, you still start at the beginning.
Hi,
I
Pete.
would rather start with the unsafe child. Yeah.
If you don't understand the beginning, how are you going to know the perpetrator that leads you to
What I mean is the director. So if you want to show
But we go to...
He says it, so I'm not aware of his
Actually, hang on. No, 1 second.
You know,
But I can't tell you that right now because I've had to ship a whole load of them out in different cities to safeguard them because nobody's helping us.
right. So
We're going up 10 years.
where have you shipped these children out?
Well, I'd rather not give it.
So, what does Neo say there? No, we didn't admit any of the sort. Neo, you are found guilty in my courtroom, dickhead, because all you seem to do is chat out your ass. However, I think for you, you would be dismissed in the courtroom straight away. Shall we show everyone why? Yeah? Because you've got vulnerabilities, haven't you, mate? Eh? And your vulnerabilities... 1 second. We'll show people why you would not stand in court with evidence. Where is it? I'm just going to point some out to you. Now, what's this? You see when Neo Anderson posted his own stupid documents up? That is a brain injury identity card. Yeah? So what I'm saying is, and I do also have a video where Rangi actually shouted at Neo and told him, no, that's not the right bail. You're going on about the wrong stuff, Neo. Maybe Neo should just keep his beak out. Because even in a courtroom, when it comes to evidence, it would not stand up. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So not only has he been caught out for lying, yeah, let's just do this all in 3 ways now. Listen.
You know,
But I can't tell you that right now because I've had to ship a whole load of them out in different cities to safeguard them because nobody's helping us.
right. So
We're going up 10 years.
Do you get what I'm saying now? Do you get what I'm saying? So brain injury identity card. There's a bullshitter there. No, we didn't admit any of the sort, but we've all just heard the video where Rangi did actually admit it. So yeah, you've been found guilty, love. Fuck off. Anyway, we'll get back to him in a minute because I've got plenty on that arsehole, but I just need to get to the juicier parts. So, You just seen them comments tomorrow. All of that is being actually handed to some important people, you know, because that's how it's done. And I'm just going to all show you something as well. Guess who's still lurking? Look at that. Yeah. So what I'm going to just let you know now, guys. You see this creature here? This one has actually parked outside my home. This little creature here has actually wrote to my home address. But the instigator, well, it was Rangi. However, this bald-headed weasel that looks like a Temu version of Phil Mitchell actually called me 6 months ago. And he says to me, these were the words now, right? We originally started chatting about Gary Waterman because he had an issue with him. So I was like, okay, well, I'll give you some bits and bobs. You give me bits and bobs, right? Well, I always kept my guard up because I'm not a silly Billy. So I spoke to him on a WhatsApp call and I'm like, you all right, mate? How's it going? And he's like, yeah, you're all right. I'm ex-military, mate. Straight away, I knew what a plonker he is because he was dead overconfident, dead arrogant. And I thought, yeah, I've seen guys like this many times. They really do think they are Jack the Lad with their attitude and persona. And this guy likes to go around wearing a suit. He tries to represent people in courtrooms but gets thrown out by judges. So then he gets violent with security guards and the rest of it. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. They're all just as bad as each other, these fucking protesters. However, the worst part is this man called me and asked me, could he run a check on me? I said, well, what's the purpose for? But yeah, of course you can. I give him my name. I said to him, you'll see that I was in the newspaper when I was 19 for having an ASBO, but I was a right cheeky little cow, but it did make me the woman I am today. Other than that, you're not going to get no big story headline or whatever it is you're expecting. He went, no, I just want to know, you are who you say you are because I've got people after me. So I just thought, oh, he's got his tinfoil hat on now, yeah. He thinks I'm MI5 ready to jump out of the microwave or something. So, little did I know, he just went quiet. But he's got my address. This little donut, give my address to them. Along with Maria Clark, which we're going to get into her later on. So all three of these now have tried to intimidate me, all on behalf of Rangi. And I told this creature here, do you know what, Mikey P, with your big cock nose, TikTok shop, we love you. I did promise him, you do know you picked on the wrong woman because you just don't scare me. If Rangi doesn't scare me, if Neo doesn't scare me, if all these idiots do not scare me, what makes this creature so special? Why am I supposed to roll off and go, oh, no, please? No, that's not my style. Nah, I just sit back and stay humble. However, I did dig a little deeper this weekend because, oh, Mr. Too Busy For You, am I glad you're in here? Do you want to see how unloyal Mr. Lateef really is? I'm going to show you the evidence as well, hon, so please stick around because maybe if you can share this out to all the people, yeah, that actually called Rangi out, you all really want to see this tonight because, seriously, here he is. Here's our Mr. Too Busy For You. How are you?
Hello, I'm alright. How are you?
I'm good, my lovely. What have you been up to?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. Just had a haircut and stuff. I just seen this and I was like, I'll jump on and just, yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're in here, actually. I'm more excited now because it's been
Destiny's
a long time.
brought me here for a reason. Let's see what the reason is.
This is it. And it has been a long time since I've done this. And it's, I owe this loyalty to everyone. I've stayed consistent with it and I promised I would deliver results. So this guy here is Mikey P. I can't pronounce his surname because it's very, hang on, where's the paperwork? Go on, give me a minute. He's actually wanted. Yeah, you would have done, mate. He's actually on Rangi's live. He supports Rangi. So he threatened me not long ago, telling me that I need to stop basically going for Rangi and all of this. So I was like, no, I'll come for you, don't worry. So I've been keeping an eye on him for 19 months, only to see the interactions between Rangi, Neo Anderson, and this one. Guess what they're watching, Mr. Too Busy For You?
What?
Did you see it earlier? Did you see what I put up before?
No, I literally come on the live, but I just trying to read that little bit, but I couldn't read it.
There we go.
See. What? Okay. Flights. What the fuck?
Yeah, now I'm going to show you something else now. Bear with me and see what I mean.
Trafficking? I think
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
They're watching migrants coming over. So, you know, when Rangi's told everyone, no, I'm not racist, no, I'm not with the far right groups. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to show you now. He has been with these little far right groups because that Mikey P actually threatened me 6 months ago along with TB and thought I was going to shut up, which I didn't. I've stayed consistent. I'm going to show you now exactly who that Mikey P is.
Wow. Oh my God.
Here he is. Oh, by the way, he blocked me after I messaged him and asked him what's he getting up to with Rangi. Yeah, basically, he's just an idiot. Him, Neo, and Rangi ain't going to scare me, especially when the fact that he's been arrested for firearms and the rest of it. So he blocked me, this creature. All he could do was post me up. Look.
Crazy bitch.
Calling me a crazy bitch with a song. No one's even liked it. No one's even commented because no one likes him.
Wow.
I'll tell you why no one likes him. Watch this. He's disgusting. Trigger warning, guys.
I had the cat was only me, Mikey P, international domestic terrorist, all-out chap, most wanted, far right, misogynistic, fucking. My fault is climate change, fucking homophobic, fucking, what else are we these days? Anyway, little update. I'll tell a story again. Just there's a lot of people asking, so I'll just get it cleared up about what's happened, about what this latest bullshit with the warrant is. And then when I can be bothered, I'll do another one about the Chester incident. And then when I can be bothered, I'll do lots more little videos. Like, why not? That'll be little fun.
So just want to focus on what he said at the beginning.
Hi, the cat was only me, Mikey P, international domestic terrorist, all-out chap, most wanted, far right, misogynistic, fucking. My fault is climate change, fucking homophobic, fucking. What else are we these days? Anyway.
So that attitude, Jared, first I thought, do you know what? He's a bit overconfident. Is he just having a bit of banter there or what? I really genuinely just thought he was joking about. But it's only when you start seeing this shit here. And then Rangi's making out to everyone, right, that he's not being a racist. He's not actually going against his own culture because he does disrespect his own culture. He's got no respect, you know, for the Asian community in general. Yet he's always coming on here going, I'm just a man with a tan. And you think, do you know what? Why does he keep saying that? Why is he hanging around with every single one of these men that look like that? Do you know why? Because they are all dangerous protesters who are out to cause war. And this man is wanted right now. There's a warrant out for his arrest because he's a bush tucker man. He likes to play bush tucker trials with his guns and his what they call crossbows. So this man's wanted after he assaulted emergency services.
Oh my God.
He's terrible, Mr. Too Busy For You. And all I'm doing right now, Rangi, I've sat back now. I've took the shit on the chin for so long. Even last night, I was listening to his bullshit lies. Well, now it's time I start putting out there how I've managed to uncover everything I did. I didn't just sit here and go on Google. I put a lot of work into tracking every single one of these idiots down that are working with Rangi. And the worst part about it, Rangi is sat there telling you guys, no, you know, I've got respect for my brothers, my sisters. No, he hasn't. And do you know why he hasn't got respect for yous? And this is the truth. Because it's all about wanting to cause war. And when you look at that, what does that tell you about LCS News? Why would they be watching migrants? Why are they not helping? Why are they watching and putting up horrible, disgusting quotes? Ranky's always spouting out everyone being racist to him, but all of his friends are sharing hatred posts towards Muslims, and that is disgusting. And last night, Rangy dropped a bombshell, Mr. Too Busy for You, about being Mr. XY. Now, you've probably heard Mr. Too Busy for You about the Mr. XY situation. And you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight now. I can't say too much.
I didn't really follow it.
Well, I can't say too much for legal reasons. However, Rangy started back in the day basically grassing on rug dealers that he owed money to. He'd go to the police and rather tell the police the truth about how much money, you know, he owed to these people, he would just go in and say, look, they're part of grooming gangs. So eventually, one day he's gone into the police station and now the police have made him sign up to be a police informant, which I'm going to show you in a minute, a bombshell that he dropped last night and what I put together just to show you guys. He's admitting it, he just can't say too much. In 2014, oh, he's gone. So in 2014, Rangy said that he basically broke in silence. He worked with the police. He was given a gagging order. If he spoke up, he'd be given a criminal record. Well, yeah, that's true. He was given a criminal record still, regardless. However, he was given a gagging order, which meant he couldn't really talk about Operation Sanctuary, where he was spying on grooming gang members, despite him being one of them himself. So, give me a minute. I'm going to show you something now. I'll go back to that Mikey in a minute. I just want to show people this first of Rangy, just so it's out the way with. First of all, I'll let you watch that.
To understand, the women, what did the social workers say about them daughters of these people? Well, it's same as our daughters. What did they say? They said that they were little slags. That these social workers were white. But who gives a shit? These professionals, after these children going through these crimes, not understanding, being groomed, come through this, then they call them things like that. But all this coming out, a lot of it is getting done. Now you wanted a war. Let me show you what a war looks like, you dirty, diseased prostitutes. You dirty sickos. What kind of a... This person has mental health issues. And social services, you're listening in. Allegedly, she's got a child in there. I think there's a child at risk because she got mental health. To understand, the women, what did the social workers say about them daughters of these people? Well, it's same as our daughters. What did they say? They said that they were little slags. That these social workers were white. But who gives a shit? These professionals, after these children going through these crimes, not understanding, being groomed, come through this, then they call them things like that. All this coming out. A lot of it is getting done. Now you wanted a war. Let me show you what a war looks like, you dirty, diseased prostitutes.
So, he's moaning about social workers, but under his breath, it's all right for him to call women prostitutes, the rest of it. Yet he's supposed to be a campaigner, and he's supposed to be about safeguarding women and kids. So, yeah, he's got that mentality. He can use that language, can't he, about women? And believe it or not, he was actually talking about me. He's also threatening to ring social services because I've got mental health. Yet he's supposed to be saying the opposite. We're against social services. We don't want them in our lives, blah, blah, blah. And yet there he is bringing them into people's lives. That is how disgusting he is. I don't know who's making that noise, guys.
It's just stir fried. It's chicken rice. Stir fried arches.
One second. That's better. Right, so just want to go to something from last night because I ain't stupid and neither are you lot. I'm going to play this now. You'll see for yourself what I'm talking about. Here it is.
You know me, I've got nothing to hide. I actually knew about this in 2014, 15. You to know me, I've got nothing to hide. I actually knew about this in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh,
now, did you hear that? Let's just go back again.
Know me, I've got nothing to hide. I actually knew about this in 2014.
2014, 15, 16, so on. Right, so the criminal known as XY was convicted of assaulting a 15-year-old girl. However, Northumbria police admitted to paying him 10 grand to inform on appearing after his release from prison. Yeah? The information he supplied to the police led to the conviction of 17 men and 1 woman from a gang that targeted and groomed 808 potential victims between 2011. In one of his, well, in quite a lot of his videos, he often says he broke silence in 2010. However, 2011 and 14, despite his past crimes, XY believes he should be praised for his work. Now let's just carry this on and then I'll explain my little
15, 16,
bit, yeah?
17, 18, 19, 20. Up to 19. And I knew...
Up to 19, it's just said. 2019 was when Operation Sanctuary ended and Rangi was no longer given any protection or anything from the police. In fact, he was given an Osman walking order. If anyone doesn't know what one of them is, it means danger to your life, basically. So the police had to summons him to take care of him and his safeguarding, basically. And that was because the gangs who he put away are after him.
The problem I had, the social workers at the time were blackmailing me. They told me that if I started...
So, no, they weren't blackmailing him. What they told him was he wasn't allowed to speak up about this operation. Now, let's read this. I've put hundreds of people behind bars over the years. I'm not the bad guy here. Yeah, you are. Yes, I may have had a bad past, but when I left prison, I tried to make a difference. I wanted to give something back to society. Since the story of the police paying XY for his work came out, the child rapist has reportedly had a bounty put on his head and has 24-hour police protection. He added, what I did sounds heroic, but I understand that the public still see me as a what? As a what? What do we see you as? Rangi? Yeah, we always will see you like that, because you ain't nothing else, are you? You're that. That is what you are. And it doesn't matter what you put back into society after you've committed that crime, you ain't ever going to be looked at like a normal human being again. So let's carry this on, shall we?
Speaking up, they would make a criminal record on my name and
I see everything people are saying now, and I feel hard done by. No matter what anybody says, I have done the right thing. XY even took credit for cleaning up the streets of Newcastle. However, here's Rangi's excuse today for hating social services, ladies and gents. The NSPC said it was appalled that a convicted child rapist would be used by police in this way.
then what would become of my children? So they used my vulnerability, which was my children, against me as a weapon to blackmail me in order to stay silent. And that only lasted till 2019, back in the 2000.
Let's look at this. Till 2019. Key points on life-threatening risks in 19 with XY. XY received direct threats making a return to Newcastle feel like a death sentence. I'm sure he says that all the time, doesn't he? Yes, he does. He'll always have a death sentence, he says. He feared innocent people could be harmed in the crossfire. He often says that too. Unable to return home or reconnect with family, forced onto benefits with no job or identity protection. Yeah? Let me give you a little bit of insight into that, yeah. Let me just tell you something here. So Rangi actually used to be a successful businessman, just like he says in his own words. He was a businessman. But today, he's all of a sudden on benefits. He's got about 8 different charities on the go. Let's buy him a coffee. Let's get a college course on the go with him. Let's go and do this and that with him. Let's get trained up to be a fake journalist just so we've got access to, you know, let's face it, government buildings, because that is what they're all aiming for. So, other than that, you're just thinking, well, hang on. He doesn't actually live in Newcastle today. He doesn't live in Northumbria or any of that area. In fact, do you know where he is? I'll say it. He's in Oldham. Aren't you, bro? Up the road from me. Yep. Up the road, watching little Queenie. You know, you've probably been sat there with your little friend, TB, sat outside my front door waiting for me. But just know you'll never get to me. Ugh, never. But yeah. That's who he's with right now, TB. Staying with him. They're both up the road from me, focusing on me. I'm so glad I'm not from Oldham, Jesus Christ. And that's no offence to any other people, but I just don't like Oldham. I don't like the accent. And I don't even like Ashton Underline where I am now. Thanks, guys. Hiya, Tanya, darling. So, as time's gone on, right, I'm thinking, so it's not in Hartlepool. He's not in Stockton. He's not in Newcastle. You know, why is he not going back to his hometown with his family? And then you start to dig a little bit deeper. Now, 1 minute.
They told me that if I started speaking in 2019, well, once I was out of that ordeal, I've never looked back. Okay? So how did he out?
So, child protection agencies such as NSPCC and experts like Jim Gamble strongly condemned the decision. They argued that deploying a convicted child rapist in such proximity to vulnerable girls, even once removed, was dangerously misguided, yeah? Sue Sim, who was the chief constable at the time of Operation Sanctuary was launched, disclosed she was not informed of the tactic and called for further investigation, stating that she was appalled and would never have improved such measures. Thanks, VIMTO, babe.
How do you help them? Because they would still have information.
It's beggars' belief that it would have ever been considered, let alone approved, and serious questions must be asked about the force's approach to child sexual exploitation operations. The Forces Police and Crime Commissioner, Vera Baird, said it was a difficult decision to use XY. She said, I would have wished this man not to be used in particular because of his conviction for rape. But I have questioned the Chief Constable, and in liaison with other senior officers, Mr. Ashman has satisfied me that the difficult moral decision to use the informant was taken with care and with particular regard to the welfare of victims.
They can still do stuff to you.
However, Chronicle Live understands that XY has been unable or unwilling to comply with conditions imposed by the police. XY says he has now been forced to live on benefits as without a new identity, he will never be able to find a job. I wasn't on benefits when I left Newcastle. I was working, he said, but now if I apply for a job, my name will flash up. They are not giving me a new name. I have no one to turn to now. Boo-hoo. Let's all feel sorry. Thank you, Cat darling. Let's all feel sorry for Mr. XY, shall we, Rangi? Boo-hoo. Thank you, Lily.
The only thing they can do to me is shoot me. They can't do nothing else.
XY was a convicted child rapist of an extensive criminal history, including convictions for dishonesty and S offences, who was recruited by Northumbria Police as a covert human intelligence source to gather intelligence on a grooming network. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
XY says he's now been forced to live on benefits without a new identity, which we're going to go into that in a minute because I've actually got something to show you.
Shoot me. They can't do nothing else. I'm just a one-man wreck.
XY expressed deep regret over his decision to assist Northumbria Police, saying it left his life in ruin. He claimed that his life was in danger, stating that this could be a death sentence for me if I go home to Newcastle. People could get hurt in the crossfire. Oh no, Rangi, never. Never, not you. XY alleged that Northumbria Police had made promises including vital protections such as a new identity. Now, the funniest thing is, the police did give him the new protection identity. So what happened was he spat his dummy out. Just keep watching.
Because of the information. And let me tell you something. Everything I'm doing...
XY's involvement became publicly drawn due to legal challenges. Defence lawyers argued his employment by police and his claims of being directed to facilitate ongoing planting rugs and taking girls to parties. It makes me angry.
As well. Okay.
Gang that targeted. So the reason why I actually cropped this particular part out, remember what he said earlier on in the video. 2014, yeah, was when he basically first started coming out with all of this stuff, and the police knew about it, social workers knew about it. Well, of course they did. It's all there. It tells you they did, right? But then what I want you to take more note of, not only have I just showed you that in 2019, he said it himself, that was the back end of it, you've just read it for yourself, that in 2019, the police weren't giving him no more protection and this operation actually finished. So, once again, 2011, 14, yeah?
Evidence is power information. Information is knowledge, which is power in this field. So they're going to cause problems, they're going to cause issues. For the last 18 months, it is on public media that they've been hiring a group of...
So now in a minute he's going to discuss me, but I'm just reading these articles, then I'll go back to the video so you can all hear what he's saying, because I know I've spoke over it. But in a minute he's going to speak about me. He accuses me 1 minute of being MI5, then he's accusing me of being some sort of corrupt police officer. I'm a social worker and blah, blah, blah. It just goes on with this man. However, you would only be scared that I'm a police officer if you genuinely are up to no good. And that's why I can confidently sit back and go, oh my God, what an absolute sausage. So, this is what he says in his own words. I've put hundreds of people behind bars over the years. I'm not the bad guy here. Yes, I may have had a bad past, but when I left prison to make a difference, I wanted to give something back to society. Since the story of police paying XY for his work, we've read that bit.
Individuals, specifically women, who have been making articles against me, trying to portray me as somebody else, to slander me, to slate me, to incite violence against me, and also to arrange to get me shot. And the police have aided and abetted that for 18 months. But yet I'm still here, my brother.
Good on you, good on you. At last, you know, a decent person was going to say something. Because I'm sick to death of all these do-gooders that do nothing.
XY expressed deep regret over his decision to assist Northumbria Police. He says that it could be a death sentence. Now, the reason why I kept putting that there was because he refers that apparently I'm going to get him. Pew, pew, pew. That's what he says in his own words. Pew, pew, pew. He actually rang the police and told the police and live streamed it and said that Michelle is coming to get him. And she said, pew, pew. Even the officers were just laughing their heads off when he actually showed them that footage, because I think it's quite cringy and embarrassing. And if I was his daughter watching him at the camera, I would be literally, I'm sorry, but there's no way would I be sitting still. Right, that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to play this from the beginning so you can all hear what he's saying. And this was last night. But he keeps telling everyone that it's the women's fault. It's everyone else's fault, but not his. But I want you to take note of what he's saying about how he was given a gagging order if he spoke up, blah, blah, blah. Just listen.
You to know me. I've got nothing to hide. I actually knew about this in 2014. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, up to 19. And I knew about it. The problem I had, the social workers at the time were blackmailing me. They told me that if I started speaking up, they would make a criminal record on my name, and then what would become of my children? So they used my vulnerability, which was my children, against me as a weapon to blackmail me in order to stay silent. And that only lasted till 2019, back into 2019, where once I was out of that ordeal, I've never looked back. Okay?
So how did he out? How did he out? Because they would still have the information on you. They could still do stuff to you.
The only thing they can do with me is shoot me. They can't do nothing else. I'm just a one-man wrecking crew because of the information. And let me tell you something. Everything I'm doing, I am more than happy to provide you as well. Okay? Evidence is power. Information is knowledge, which is power in this field. Yeah. So they're going to cause problems. They're going to cause issues. For the last 18 months, it is on public media that they've been hiring a group of sick individuals, specifically women, who have been making articles against me, trying to portray me as somebody else, to slander me, to slate me, to incite violence against me, and also to arrange to get me shot. And the police have aided and abetted that for 18 months. But yet
So no, the police hasn't literally sat back and allowed that to happen. What the police have done, they've arrested him because he made an AI indecent video, which we're going to go into a little bit more tonight, guys. I have literally got all sorts to go through with you, so please do be patient. But he made an AI video. He then set up a Facebook account. He paraded on a live stream in a police station. Thank you, Queen. In a police station. Thanks, Alison. That he wanted to report me to the police. As he was there laughing and being a bit smug on camera, there was a profile commenting and I thought, hey, that's my face. That is my fucking face, right? Clicks on it while I was mortified. On the profile was a video that was made of me. So my face put into this figure, which even when the police looked at it, they knew straight away it definitely weren't me. And then to top it off, in the background was my children, my dead parents. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm not sitting here putting up with this. This is how vile this group goes. They don't care about women's feelings and kids. So I rang the police. Well, my police force come out here within 20 minutes of that call, sat on my settee, radio through to the Manchester headquarters, and within 5 minutes they arrested him, the whole station on lockdown. He was embarrassed. I'm good, Queen. I hope you are, darling. He was absolutely embarrassed now because he's gone there to try and show everyone on TikTok that he's this hero, but it backfired. So then he's been on bail, and as you all know, he's not allowed to say my name. I think you'll notice that. He gets attacked for 18 months by all the women, he says. But he never says Michelle or Queenie. You'll never hear anything like that come out of his mouth, right? Or CPS. He'll usually say Inspector, because my name used to be Inspector Queen on here. You know, and now it's CPS online because... well, I bring the evidence, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. So he doesn't like it. Now, as time's gone on, this man has been promising services to women on here that he can get help, he can get advocate. Can I just show you one of his behind-the-scenes Zoom calls, which a lot of people don't actually know what this is, but I'm going to show you. And I'm going to explain a little bit about it.
Yeah. No, what's the plan of action then, yeah? I'm your advocate on the day.
I'm your advocate on the day, Baz is saying there. Yeah, this is a guy called Baz in a Zoom call with the one and only Rangi. So this man will often come on here with a suit and go, right, ladies, so you need a solicitor, right? He'll sit there and you'll hear all the papers doing that, don't you? You'll hear all the tapping away on the computer because he wants to be seen as this proper professional online, but he's not. yeah, this is what he is behind the scenes. Behind the scenes of TikTok, without that suit, without this persona, this is what he does. How is he going to help anyone on this app when he now is relying on people to advocate for him? So while I let this run, I'm just going to go and finish my coffee. Just listen to this, and we'll get more into this in a minute, because a lot of you have actually asked, what's this video? Where's it come from? It's behind the scenes footage on a Zoom call.
Yeah. No, what's the plan of action then, yeah? I'm your advocate on the day. I can't get you to be advocate on the day. They're not going to let you. They can't stop you, mate. You can have who you like representing you. No, it doesn't work. I don't know where you get it from. They won't let it because they didn't let it happen last time. The only way I'll just go through with Baz, which is the way in, which is from Mark Horn, is because he witnessed everything and he's going to be part of the affidavit anyway. So we can do it like that. But that doesn't mean that you call him as a witness. Yeah, I'm going to call him as a witness. You know what I mean? And this is just the start, because there was 40 witnesses plus on that day. So I could later call everybody, but right now it's just the beginning again. So again, affidavit mention the 14 witnesses. Don't not their names. Just say you have 14 witnesses available, and you brought one with you. Yeah. All right. And remember, either notary public or 3 common. No, that's fine, Buzz. Thank you very much. All right. Is that it? Yeah, notarizing or public. Yeah, you should be able to find a notary. Yeah, we'll do that. Whether it's notarizing, because I've only got one day. All right, but so 3 people. There is one nearby. Hang on, do they charge one? I got told they charge for each piece of paper. No, it's £10 to £20. They're not allowed to charge more than that. Is that right? If they try to, you give me their number, I'll ring them straight away and give them a blast down the phone. You don't need to sign every page. I know there's a computer. Important to number the pages as well, Lindsay. Pagination. Yeah. And any appendix has to be referenced as well. And then the signature page should be him at the top with, I firmly believe, blah, 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 on the balance of probability. I understand I can be prosecuted.
So, is that a man? Go on, VIMTO.
Can you just check your WhatsApp, please, quickly?
I can't, because my phone will crash, babe, if I click on it.
Okay. No, don't worry.
All right, babe. So how is this man offering services of advocates, of help and support, when clearly behind the scenes he needs his friend Baz, to get him out of the shits, doesn't he? Why does he need an advocate? Why does he need people to speak for him? I thought Arangi was a big ass speaker. I thought he was going to give you women all these solicitors, and I thought he was going to give you all these services. Clearly, the guy can't even get himself out of his own shit. So we're going to get into something else now, because I think this is important. Rangi was asked last night about grooming gang members coming back into the community once they've done the time. So I'm going to let you listen to this, and then we're going to go through some of the articles that I've actually clipped with it, because I think you all need to actually see this. So this is what he thinks. Now, don't forget, this is a guy who calls MPs, social workers, police, everyone else predators. And then when you say to him, what would you do to these people? Oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to rip them all a new arsehole. All that rubbish, yeah? I mean, even that talk is disgraceful. But just listen to this. This is what he thinks should happen to grooming gang members, yeah? Oh, hiya, Bianca, darling. This is what he thinks. Oh, bless you. This is what he thinks should happen to grooming gang members, yeah? Watch this.
They're not with children. Okay, just take them from the area. So long as they're not near children or anything of the sort like that, because exactly what you said. If you've done the crime, you've got to do the time. Once you've done the time, you can't continuously live a crime that you've already done. Okay? Now, whether that's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it's going to be. Okay? But I believe that, maybe they should be working. My advice would be we need to get them to start working on themselves to give back to the community for the wrongdoing that they've done. Like, they've already done the crime. They've done the crime in the prison. When they come out, it's not a prison, but I think personally they should do more for the community when they're out to establish themselves part of a community. Okay? Because people can change after doing wrong. But, I don't want people to think that, I'm Peter Pan said, no, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
That's far from it. But we're talking about if somebody has, then what do we do? Okay? If they've done the crime, if they've done the time, where do we go? I mean, if you go to Peter Pan, for example, if we went to really religious now, then we wouldn't be even having this question, because if you rape a child, bye-bye, you can say hello to God Almighty when you're there, or when you're there. Because that's the penalty, okay? But our government, because there's a lot of kiddie nonsense and kiddie fiddlers in our parliament, they made it that if you're a kiddie fiddler, you do anything, you can't do that. So you've got to follow the law now, because the shit that we have. So on that basis, I think they should make an effort to work with the community outside, but I don't think there's no point in attacking them or doing anything, because they've already paid.
Hang on, there's no point in what? No point in doing what to these grooming gangs yet? And I'm not that I'm inciting anything, because I'm not. I just want to put something into perspective in a minute here. You'll understand. Let's listen to that again.
You do anything, you can't do that. So you've got to follow the law now, because the shit that we have. So on that basis, I think they should make an effort to work with the community outside, but I don't think there's no point in attacking them or doing anything, because they've already paid the price for it. I hope that answers.
They've already paid the price for it. There's no point in attacking them. So why is this man going around attacking female workers, social workers, police officers, members of emergency services and the government? Can someone explain that? Because, hello, it seems to me he's doing a lot of deflection there. We'll go back to the start in a minute, because I want to show you something very, very carefully. Even Mr. XY said he went back out into society and he tried to put his crimes behind him and put it all right, didn't he? Yeah? Let's just carry on listening to this.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I just want to add, in that scenario, anybody who's been in that scenario, you will always be on a register. So if when people do the DVS checks and things like that, it will always be on there. So when people, the purpose for this is that to make sure to avoid to any perpetrator that has done in the past to be in a position to be in that environment again. Okay, I hope that helps fully.
But then, would you alert other community members? Would you kind of, if would you go around and not to have a mob, not to go in with a mob mentality, but would you alert people, say if
they're not with children? Okay, just take them precautions. So as long as they're not near children.
What does Mr. XY say here? Yes, I may have had a bad past, but when I left prison, I tried to make a difference. I wanted to give something back to society. Now, this is the exact same shit that is spilling out of Rangi's mouth right now. Yeah, let's just listen to a little bit of this. Not all, but just this little part now.
Children or anything of the sort like that, because exactly what you said. If you've done the crime, you've got to do the time. Once you've done the time, you can't continuously live a crime that you've already done. Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Now whether that's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it's going to be. Okay. But I believe that maybe they should be working. My advice would be we need to get them to start working on themselves to give back to the community for the wrongdoing that they've done. Like, they've already done the crime. They've done the crime in the prison. When they come out, it's not a prison, but I think personally they should do more for the community when they're out to establish themselves part of a community.
No,
so
they shouldn't.
As long as they're not need.
So we're saying that because once again, yes, I may have had a bad past, but when I left prison, I tried to make a difference. I wanted to give something back to society. So when you look at the both attitudes of Rangi, you look at the attitude of Mr. XY, even the coppers. Oh my God. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, I didn't rely on like loads of whistleblowers or people. I had to go away and look into all of this shit. And believe me, I know at times I have to keep going over one thing, but now you know what I had to do to be able to research this information and get where I am today with everything I've actually got. Like, this ain't just it. And guys, I am restricted to what I can show you for only legal reasons. However, there will be a time that it will all be coming out. And believe me, I'm going to make sure I keep pursuing it with the police. Because the police are already to blame within this situation. I ain't going to lie. So yeah, once again, part of my research is looking into that attitude as well. Now I'm going to show you something else here, which I'm going to learn you about Mr. XY again and Rangi. Here is a video. This was a podcast with him and Dr. Anand, right? Dr. Anand says to him about his past. Now, last night, Rangi made out that he had a horrible childhood. No, this man had a great childhood. In fact, he was very, very spoiled, according to his parents. He's also, well, had a big family, and unfortunately, they've all kicked him out because, well, he's just disgusting, isn't he? I mean, all the shit goes back to his poor father's front door, and that's just horrible. So you can imagine. However, I'm going to play this and let you all have your own little opinion, and then I'm going to go through it with yours.
The working Asian guy dies, pays his tax and dies. Well, what changes so much?
Well, coincidentally with what you mentioned, I was exactly what you said. I used to be a shopkeeper, a market trader, had numerous businesses throughout the course of my life, family businesses. And then it came to my first time experience with social services, where they became involved in my home affair.
So not so quickly. You were born in the UK.
Yes, I was.
Because English is I'm ashamed of mine. I sound like a Delhi wala. So where were you born?
I'm born and bred in the northeast of England.
Okay, so you're a proper Geordie, like.
Yeah, I'm a proper northern lad.
A grafter also.
Yeah.
A hard-working grafter.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what age did you start working?
I actually started working at the age of 15 in markets with my dad. And
helping and learning how to communicate and all that. So. And you had no problem with white people, if we can call them that?
No, none whatsoever. I have more white friends than I had Asians.
Yes. Yeah,
because I grew up in our time, we never used to have this issue.
And there are lots of white people around in England.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so you helped your daddy and then you finished school?
No, I didn't do my exams or anything in them days.
So you're a proper old-fashioned, hard-working,
go straight into work.
Working class.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's fine. Okay. So, and you started your own business how long ago?
With the family. As soon as I came out of school, I was working with the family business. We had men's designer shops.
Oh, wow.
In numerous towns, Hartlepool, Sunderland, Darlington, Eston, Middle.
Oh, wow. So you've done quite well business-wise.
Successful.
So what's turned you into this rebel young man with an angry feeling?
This all started, from what you see on the van, this all started in 2014.
So you got married?
Yeah.
How long ago?
I got married at the age of 26.
Okay.
It was a love marriage.
Oh my God, you do everything different, don't you?
Yeah.
You're not the typical Asian.
No.
Okay.
No arranged marriages. I mean,
it was arranged, but arranged by you. It was arranged, but arranged by you.
Yeah, arranged by me, absolutely.
Okay. And then you had children. What ages are they today?
Today, there's 23, 20, 16, and 10.
Okay. So when did trouble start? Not necessarily between you and your wife, with outside world, when this problem entered the arena of social services, society, because no marriage is perfect and no family is perfect.
Absolutely.
But that it went out, when did that happen?
Well, what actually happened on the 22nd of January 2014, sorry, me and my ex-partner went our separate ways. I had no issues. I left as it is. But by that point, the little baby, he was actually living with me. We were living separately, but we were still together until that point. And when everything was okay, I was getting on with my life. She had me attacked. And why she actually had me attacked, my own crimes and the perpetrators that continued, was during social workers' involvement. There was 2 rapes that took place here in Stockton. One was to both like young girls, 12, 13-year-olds. One was, I'd say, white, but in English, and also Pakistani girl. These were raped by the same person.
Right, in this area,
No, who actually came to see me, who asked me to drop charges and how much would it take.
Right.
Nobody did anything about it. I didn't know what to do about it. I was overwhelmed, and this is the reason why I'm sick. I'm stressed all the time, taking medications. So it's been quite traumatizing for me. But at some point, I couldn't stay silent anymore, and I went public on the matter because I knew if I don't say nothing, these perpetrators they'll get away with everything. However, with what I've just mentioned to you now, eventually, obviously, I made a video recently.
It's on TikTok, I think, wasn't it? So,
Hardworking Asian guy dies, pays his tax and dies.
So, key pointers here. Rangi was a very successful man. He had all these businesses, successful family businesses, yeah. He was proper up there as this salesman, which we all know he was a fucking salesman because he's very good with the talk, isn't he? Gift of the gab. However, I want you to look at Mr. XY's lifestyle now. So remember, Rangi's worked in Darlington, all across the northeast, southeast, whatever, wherever, yeah. However, just read Mr. XY's article. XY says he's now been forced to live on benefits, and without a new identity, he will never be able to find a job. I wasn't on benefits when I left Newcastle. I was working, he said. But now if I apply for a job, my name will flash up. They are not giving me a new name. I have no one to turn to now. Doesn't y'all? I have no one to turn to. They're Rangi's favourite fucking famous sayings. I mean, the fact that Rangi there admits himself he was successful, and then you start to say to Rangi, well, where did it all go wrong? You know, you had all these businesses, you had a beautiful, stunning wife. Oh, he did. Oh, absolutely stunning she is. He's got beautiful children. He's got a beautiful home. Well, he did have a beautiful home. You know, the garage on the front, the electric gates around the front, you know, the beautiful, nice cottage-looking bricks and the little, you know, just everything that's family-orientated. And then he wakes up and then, boom, he's got nothing. No wife, no life, nothing. I mean, come on. Does anyone not ask themselves why is this man not got no stable home today? No stable career. If he cares about safeguarding that much and he wants to make a difference to the world, why is he actually not working within the safeguarding sector? Because, you know, that's bringing alarm bells now onto this app. You don't come on here and be this middle-aged man who's just constantly going on about kiddie F this, kiddie F that. And the language it's vile. You know, the language that this man thinks he can use, thanks Kaz, thinks he can use. When he's talking about this, he's supposed to present as some child safety campaigner and a woman safety campaigner. How is he protecting women and kids when it's constant, great this, great that, kiddie F this, kiddie F that? It gets to the stage where it's like it's the norm for him. And it is. because that's all he knows is the grooming gangs this, grooming gangs that. But when you ask him what grooming gangs is he referring to today, he'll often tell you, well, it's social workers and the police. No, that's because the police and the social workers went after him and his grooming gang members. And then what happened? He went to prison after he attacked a 15-year-old girl, shared her around, goes to prison, comes out and starts doing little devil deals with the police. I mean, come on. Yeah, he ain't feeling no one. So I'm going to show you a little something here. This here is Maria Clark. Now, Maria Clark, and I hope everyone shares this out now, please, because, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people know who Maria Clark is. I am actually going to be doing a full-on live about this woman again in the next coming days because it seems she just doesn't know when to back off. She's another enabler. She calls herself a stinger. She goes on the street chasing these predators. But guess what, ladies and gents? Have you ever known a predator stinger to go out there on the streets and arrest all these predators, but then let your own child just get abused by your own stepson and not even pursue it with the police? And as well, you don't go out catching predators and then sit down with them with cups of tea and biscuits in your van, telling them you feel sorry for them. No, 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 no. So, here's another member of LCS News, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her in a minute once you've heard this. But I'm sure a lot of you already know who this bitch is. So, guys, this one is a very... Oh, crap. 1 second, guys. Very interesting one because, believe it or not, this little minion is actually, put it, she likes to portray herself as the next Queen Bee, but she clearly isn't. She's even gone out of her way to turn her logo into a bumblebee with a fucking crown on its head. I mean, come on. That's how much I'm on this bitch's mind. However, she just thought she'd come on TikTok and she wanted information about Randy and I wouldn't give it her. And after that, she went away. She goes running to the police to support this man. And the only thing she focused on once again was, OF, how am I stay-at-home mum? However, I want you to take note of this. She ain't no stay-at-home mum. Because while she were out trying to catch these so-called predators, as she says, listen to her arguing with her husband. Yeah, while she was out, her own daughter was being abused by her own stepbrother. And all this bitch could do was remove an Xbox and not even ring the police. Yet she's supposed to be a pred hunter. Then she catches up with a predator and she tells him she feels sorry for him. Now, once again, I'm just going to remind people, there is dangerous and fake personas. Let me just watch this video and you will understand what I am exactly talking about. However, I've got a lot more on this bitch. But yeah, please watch this to the end. I do apologise, there's a massive trigger warning because how pred hunters can go round pretending they're heroes, but then they're sat there having little cushy talks like this. Nah, not on my watch, bitch. So here we go. This is Maria Clark. This morning, she said to Maisie, I'm ready to hear. Nobody's done anything about it. Nobody's done anything about it. Yeah? Nobody's done anything about it. What have you done to the police justice for touching her up? What did you do to justice? What did you do to justice for touching her up sexually? What did you do? You didn't do that before. What did you do about it? You said to her, you might get her on. That's all you said to her today. He stayed on his Xbox and everything else. He stayed on his Xbox and everything else. That's all right. Did you ever hear police? No, it's not. You are. So she's got some Xbox anywhere. What you say to me, or what you say to me,
That's what you need to listen to, yeah?
Just stay at home, mum, looking after my little boy who's very poorly, blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, tell the truth because she's on OnlyFans and everything else. But I've seen everybody part of her on OnlyFans, Yeah. She's making out. Yeah, I've got that one there. She's on stay at home, yeah. Right. Well, so I pulled up to go to a mate's flat here. I pulled up behind you, actually, because I was just going to park there and run over. And then I seen you and I thought, that's Ian Lucas. Remember when you told me he was from UB40? So anyway, you was the only predator that I ever caught that I...
See, that was over-exaggerated, UB40. I mean, I've met Addy Campbell.
Yeah. So basically what happened for me, when I seen you just now, I thought, oh my God, I wouldn't mind a quick chat with him just to see how we got on, to be honest. Not that I care about paedophiles, because obviously I hate them, and I hate what you've done. However, you was the only predator that I caught in over 600 I've caught that I actually genuinely felt a little bit sorry for. You didn't sucker me in, but you apologised for making me cry when you was arrested. I'm presuming you was completely honest with the police when they arrested you, which is good. Yeah. So what happened to you after you was arrested then?
I mean, I went to prison.
Yeah.
And I thought...
How long did you get in prison?
I was in there 2 months.
So, guys,
So, once again, calls herself this #1 big pred hunter. Yeah, she's all Billy Big Spuds out there. She's hunting all these men down. In fact, she's that desperate. She runs to the newspapers and gets herself out there as, I catch 100 men a day. But what she doesn't tell people is she sits down having cushy little chit-chats with them. I feel sorry for you. I mean, I don't like predators, but, I felt so bad for you. Isn't her fucking job to feel bad for the girls, the victims? Because once again, these little so-called superheroes that come on here painting themselves as Superman, Batman, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, it's a fucking joke. And that just goes to show how much this woman, or shall I say creature, is passionate, because anyone who is really passionate, they don't go having cushy little chats and telling predators they feel sorry. As well, they do not allow their own daughter to get abused because they're running on the streets. Go on, VIMTO. Do you want an opinion on this, babe?
Yeah, I was just going to say about, a daughter she's out doing this while her daughter's being assaulted at home by a stepbrother. Not only that, look at what she did to Bance as well. I think that maybe when you do your next exposure, we ought to get Bance in, just to be able to, talk from his own point of view about what she did to him, accusing him of griping that girl when he'd done nothing wrong, and how many problems that she caused for him. Just because, do you know what I mean? So if you want me to, I'll get in touch with Bance over the next couple of days, and I'll ask him if he'll come on when you do your exposure of her, so he can let the people know exactly what she did to him.
Yes, please.
Important as well, just to let people see that she's prepared to go out and tell she doesn't always catch 100 guys a day either. I decoyed for a week, 1 week only, and she was getting me to chase after guys when they wouldn't message back to the child that I was being at the time. She was trying to get me to push them, into talking to me. And I was like, now listen, if the guys are saying no, you're too young, blah, 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 you know what I mean? You've got to leave it at that. I'm not chasing. I'm not going to push somebody into being something that they're not. She's an absolute disgrace, you know what I mean, to the community and to any of the good teams that are out there. She's an absolute shite bag. So yeah, I'll get in touch with Bance, but I just thought I'd chime in on that one, mate.
Michelle, can I ask something as well?
Of course you can.
I want to know, because it's just inquisitive, I want to know, what was it that made her feel sorry for this wrong'un?
Well, this is it. This is what our question was, and instead she just started getting abusive. She started like she was teaming up with Rangi Neo, coming at me about being on OF. Apparently, I'm a prostitute. I'm a this and that, and she never ever wanted to answer. It was only when we did an exposure that her own daughter sat on here, and her own daughter, who is a grown-ass woman, actually exposed Maria Clark even further with the actual disgusting things that her own mother had done. To top it off, this woman has got, how can I put it? She likes to fantasize. And she's actually been coming on here telling little telltales that she was this and that when she was a child, but yet in actual fact, she's taking women's court documents, posting them up on here and passing them off as her own cases so people feel sorry. They feel sorry for her that much.
Wow.
I've also got proof from the first exposure we ever did that a vulnerable lady actually put 3 lots, it was 3 lots of £2,000 transactions into Maria Clark's bank. I've actually got the bank statements. So she promised this woman she was going to get her kids out of the care system for the day, promised this woman she could have a fantastic day with her children, and it turns out that never went ahead. But the poor woman had given Maria Clark all this money, a few grand, in the hope that she was going to see her children for the day, and it backfired. Maria Clark blocked the woman, and this woman never got her money back, but Maria Clark ended up with a hot tub, a caravan, all this shit and sugar that mixes up into her little world. And then, in January, she tried to raise funds for Rangi, so Rangi could get himself a house or a flat to live. Oh, yes. And then she sits in the police station side by side by him when he admitted he shipped a whole load of kids out. That was actually who was sat with him that day in the police station.
And just another thing, Queen, she was raising money for that caravan for victims to spend holiday.
That's correct, Mickey. Yeah, guys, Mickey has been here through everything on this shit, like everything we followed on here and we've exposed. Mickey has been there since day one, and his partner Lily. So I'm gonna just show you something now, and I want you to read this because I'm gonna give you a little bit more insight in how you do a little bit of research, right? So let's focus on this here. Protester who accused social services of child cruelty ordered to pay council 15k. So yes, Rangi did accuse him. He accused him of child cruelty, loads of disgusting things, like the scaremongering he does today on TikTok. Now I'm going to show you what Mr. XY got up to during his time as a police informant. So let's read that again. Protester who accused social services of child cruelty ordered to pay council 15k. Now, XY had a total of 53 convictions. Hiya, Keith, darling. Thank you. He'd previously been jailed for 7 years after attacking a 15-year-old who replied with drugs and alcohol and gang rapes with 2 of his friends. While working for Operation Sanctuary, he was arrested for dishonesty. I need you to see this. While working for Operation Sanctuary, he was arrested for dishonesty and assault in a mosque. He was questioned about making S advances to a 13-year-old girl. So what did XY's role as an informer involve? During a special court hearing in October brought by the defence in a bid to have the case dropped, XY said, "I was told this is an operation about Asian grooming gangs. This is what we are after. These are the people we are interested in. I had to find out what was going on, where the parties were taking place." Then we go here. A long-running Northumbria police investigation into the abuse of vulnerable girls and young women. It has now emerged that during the course of the inquiry, the force paid the convicted rapist known as XY, as he cannot be named for legal reasons, to act as an informant. XY fell out with police handler, making serious and damning allegations, including claims he had been told to plant rugs and take vulnerable girls to parties. This led to a challenge to the court process. blah, blah, blah. Now, the reason why that is important that I've showed you that is because Mr. XY, well, why would a police informer want to argue with social workers? Why are police informers arguing with social workers, other members of the government, but school teachers as well? Why not just the police? I mean, it's very rare you'll see a police informer just going at social workers and school teachers. So then you dig a little bit deeper and then you read what Rangi got a 15k fine for. And in that 15k fine, he's accused social services of sick allegations, trafficking, disgusting things, like I'm talking the most, basically like a little bit of a horror story. Yeah, it's vile. You don't hear this shit on a daily. You don't hear it on your news. We don't want to hear it on TikTok either. But all this shit that comes out of his mouth, when you read Mr. XY and you read Rangi, it's like you're almost reading the same people. Because Mr. XY, even today, Rangi claims that whoever calls him out, you're a racist. Well, he turned on his own police handler in 2019. And believe it or not, that's why I didn't get no more protection by the police. Because now he was gunning for him. However, in 2016, the police managed to secure a court order, a gagging order to keep his mouth shut, so he could never speak about Operation Sanctuary or what went on behind closed doors with the police force. So what can he do today? Well, he's not allowed to speak about Northumbria Police. He's not allowed to speak about Operation Sanctuary. So when you ask him about what grooming gangs, he's very limited. He puts his guard up. He'll only drip feed little bits that he wants you to hear. But the main important thing is he uses social services. So he has got a lot to say about the police within, the police, they're corrupt, blah, blah, blah. That's all he's allowed to say. But you see, go on.
Shell, sorry, I'm having problems with this. Can somebody try and repost this, because it's telling me I can't repost your live anymore.
Let me try it.
Yeah, it's saying the same for me as well, VIMTO.
Has it been shared a few times?
Well, I have been sharing it, but now it's saying, like, we can't repost it. I don't know if anybody... Can somebody in the comments try and just let us know, please?
I can't either, and it's been shared 36 times.
Yeah, I've got 30.
Been shared.
I don't know, it's just not letting us do it. Okay, mate. I'm just thinking, if nobody can repost it, it might not be going out very far, do you know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, it's all right, babe. Don't worry about it.
Can you add it to your story? Have you tried that? I'm going to try that now.
Yeah, you won't let me do anything with it. No, I can't. I just don't know. All right, I'm sorry, Shell. I just thought of that.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry. So
yeah, it lets you add it to your story. So if people can't repost, just add it to your story.
So my head's fell off now. Right, yeah, that's it. So Mr. XY and Rangi, yeah, they're basically the same people as we know. However, when you call Rangi out, he'll accuse you of being a racist. But he accused his police handler of being racist. And that now he'll sit there and he'll tell the Asian community, did you know your police force is setting you guys up? That he says it brazen, there's just no fucks given with him. So when I looked more into this, I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to ring these newspapers. And I did, guys. 1 minute, let me dog out. Come on, Jojo. Good girl. So I rang the newspapers, and when I did that, I said to him, I've got the person's name, who was Mr. XY. And what they did was, do you know, it was quite funny actually, because I was ringing them like, oh, I'm excited, I've got news for you. Jesus Christ, you know what they said to me? You already know. It's just not allowed to publish the story. So what do you mean? There's multiple women right now at risk. What do you mean? You can't put him out there in the newspaper. Well, it comes out, he's got a High Courts of London court order that actually protects him. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? 1 second. Let me just get onto my other account. So I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? So newspapers have been gagged. They're not allowed to put Rangi's name in the newspaper because if they do, guess what happens to the newspapers, guys? They get sued. Is it worth losing the newspaper company over giving out Rangi's name? No, it's not. So I said, well, what'll happen if I keep talking about it then? Well, nothing. You've not got no court orders. Went great. Well, I'll tell you what, then I'll be a journalist on TikTok. How about that one? And I'll put the message out. So then I went to Nexus House and Ashton Police Station, and I did demand a meeting with Nexus House. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, actually, I'm not even going to sugarcoat fuck all, because I actually went in and demanded Serious Crimes Unit that come see me. And I'm glad they did, because if I didn't get to sit down with them and mention everything that I've uncovered, then God knows where we would be today. Because I have literally took a lot on the chin, guys. I've had them parked outside my house. They've wrote to me. They threatened me. They tried to intimidate me. I mean, in a minute, I'm going to show you a couple of things here, just how dangerous this group is. And regardless, if people want to score points by using these creatures online to bully others, you know, throw victims under the bus, then you are really barking up the wrong tree, because this group is dangerous. Like, seriously dangerous. And I'm going to show you a few little things here before I just get into a few further stuff with you. I just want to show you this, because this just says how dangerous they are.
It's a very organised structure, and people at the top think they're powerful. Not powerful, just got money. Money doesn't protect you from people like us who will come to your door and kick the freaking door off the hinges and drag you up by your ears. We will make you pay for what you've done. Legally and illegally. I'm happy to do it illegally, to be honest with you. If I get sworn as a sheriff, I will be getting myself some firearms, and I will be getting to work quick time.
Right, mate, don't say no more. You need to keep it right.
So that guy is saying when he gets sworn as a sheriff, he's going to go and do it illegally, get himself some water pistols, yeah? Did you hear once out of Rangi's mouth? No, we don't condone that. We don't condone violence. No. Let's just go back.
It's a very organised structure, and people at the top think they're powerful. Not powerful, just got money. Money doesn't protect you from people like us who will come to your door and kick the freaking door off the hinges and drag you up by your ears. We will make you pay for what you've done. Legally and illegally. I'm happy to do it illegally, to be honest with you. If I get sworn as a sheriff, I will be getting myself some firearms, and I will be getting to work quick time.
Right, mate, don't say no more. You need to keep it right. But listen, I just want you to know, piece above anything we're talking about. If you want to see the evidence, there's no problem. We'll hand you the evidence. Share that information with you, where children or victims of child sexual abuse have been covered up by these perpetrators here, and the pedophiles are roaming free in the public. Who's holding them accountable? It is a network. And the reason why we know it's a network is because the pedophiles are linked to your local councillors, your MPs, and your mayors. Now, can I prove this? Yes, I can.
This just makes me sick, man. This makes me sick. My kid's in the care system, like, he's been through hell of a lot. They took him away from me because I had a bad partner. Do you mean, why didn't they place me with him and take away from this bad partner? My son had been through hell, and he's still going through hell. And he told me something the other day have made me cringe, because what you're saying about sexual abuse, it's just not right, because what my son told me the other day, it's just not right, and I don't know what to turn to.
Guys, before I go any further with that, let me just say something now, yeah? We're all mums. Most of us are mums, aren't we? And we're dads. You hear that fucking poor girl, that poor mother, getting upset because she's been scared by Rangi. This scaremongering is traumatising poor mothers that have got children within the care system, to the point that woman there is trying to break down and free out a voice, and all this piece of shit once again can do just like he did when I caught him last year. Do you remember when I told you he gave a woman wrong advice and left her crying? Well, this is exactly a prime example now of what he does and how he operates. Now, this woman who's crying is already in a vulnerable position. Let's just listen to a little bit more and just watch how he deals with this woman. He is fucking something else, I swear to God. He angers me.
Olivia, my sister, Olivia, do me a favor, my sister. Just for a moment, I'll tell you what, because I know exactly how you feel. I've just put you on mute. I want you to stay there. I want you to relax. I want you to pull yourself together. I need you to be strong, my sister, okay? And we will do whatever we can to help and support every single person. I don't literally care about the perpetrators, and I'm not bothered about colour, creed, religion, title. For me, my community, everybody is my community, is my home, my family. Okay? I just want you to just be patient. Just one second. I'll just finish with both off, and then I'm going to come to you. But I need you to hold yourself strong. I understand exactly what you're going through because I went through that time as well. And I'm a man. We men break down as well. Okay? I just want you to know that there's a lot of great sisters that are coming forward. And just on that note, for everybody to understand, over the last 6 years, while I've been doing the campaigning out in the front line, I've noticed and witnessed there are more sisters, more mothers, more grandmothers fighting this fight than men. Where's my brothers? Where's the fathers and uncles? For the love of God, my brothers, you need to wake up. We have got our sisters out there fighting this war, and we're stood at the background. It's our responsibility, it's our duty to protect our homes and our mothers, our daughters, our wives, our sisters, and our children. Not these fraudulent corporate companies, okay? So just give me a moment, my sister. Just because, when you break down, I'm just a human myself. I feel like breaking down as well. But I'm going to give you a few things to chat about, and we will get moving on that. Bofa, let me just come back to you there. You can see how overwhelming these issues and problems are. Exactly. And Bofa, I'm just going to mention it to you as well. It was 6 weeks ago or so, we decided instead of doing a lot of days on TikTok, we started doing a lot of private Zoom meetings.
Private Zoom meetings. What can you do in private Zoom meetings with a woman who's presenting that upset, that's sad? Well, you can do anything you want, can't you? So let's just take it off the public app and take it into a private app, which now allows this person to easily carry on manipulating. I mean, look at how he's presenting there. I know how you feel. No, he doesn't, because his children have never been into care. His children are all now in their 20s, and the youngest is 16, who actually lives with his mother today. He's actually wrote a letter to Rangi telling him he no longer wants to see him. Yet Rangi never mentions any of this. Instead, they're just my babies. Yeah, they're my babies, and they went through this and that. Well, I'm going to let you into a little secret, guys. Did you know Rangi's kids actually can't stand him? I wonder why that is. Is it maybe because they're all adults and he's coming on here portraying that his daughter had this lifestyle, and yet his daughter is mortified to know that he's sat online chatting shit and exploiting her. So that's as far as I'm going to go when it comes to the deep dive within the family situation. But yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up. Even his kids can't stand him, to the point they've run off. They've gone.
I mean, I was just going to say, Sheld, his daughter were in hospital, weren't she? And it told that he would go and see her. She had to pay his taxi. That's what kind of
Yeah.
surgery
That's
is.
what kind of dad he is. He doesn't even want to pay his own taxes to go and see his daughter when she had an operation, but she's got to pay him. This is a man who cares about his kids, remember? Yeah, all right. Let's just carry on with this last little bit of the video.
Well, it was 6 weeks ago or so, we decided instead of doing a lot of this on TikTok, we started doing a lot of private Zoom meetings. And what we realized, and the reason why we did that, just want to make it clear, we were getting a lot of vulnerable victims coming on here, victims of child sexual abuse, their children being raped, abused, trafficked, and they were breaking their hearts out on it. And I had some sick, diseased individuals coming on here, following their pages and attacking them again and again.
We weren't attacking him. We was literally telling them to come away from him and his organisation, and this is how he reacts. Because what do you think it is, guys? What do you think we're doing right now? That's right, we're interfering with his funds. We're interfering with his charities that he's got set up. We're now interfering with the victims by saying, look, he's a wrong and please stay well clear. And some of these women, they just go, do you know what, thanks for letting me know. I didn't feel right anyway. And that's what he doesn't like. So, yeah, it's so shit because I won't be stopping.
Now, this is now everybody needs to wake up. There are people in the public who are working part of these criminal organizations and the pedophiles and the grooming. They're all together. And they're targeting the victims for them to stay silent again and again and again so nobody gets to...
So basically, I'm working for one of these organisations. In other words, MI5, the police, social services. I'm one of these. Now, I'm going to say it again. The only people that should be worried that I'm one of these organisations is criminals, yeah? But I can reassure everyone I'm definitely not one of these organisations. But I will go to the police if I see children getting abused, and if I need to speak up about something. Of course, I'm going to go to the police. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? I'm a mother as well. I've got that nurturing side to me. I'm not going to sit back and allow kids to be used and abused and hurt, especially vulnerable women being used just so these men can get access to their daughters in care homes. No. Not on my watch. Not on my fucking watch. Anyway, here's his charities. I say this all the time. Awareness is free, right? You won't give your bank details as well to a stranger. So please, guys, stop giving your details over like birth certificates and your court cases, and because this creature here uses them all against you and uses them for fraud purposes. Now, I'm going to show you these here. He doesn't no longer have half of these charities now because I've called him out clearly. So, supporting LCS News with Rangi the man with the van. Well, he hasn't got that van anymore. However, that was just a load of shit because he didn't get much donated there. Go get him support, £10 a month. Now, what you going getting? I said this from day one. If you're going to go to social services and you want to put up a real big fight, go yourself. Pay your own £10 in your taxes. Pay your own £10 in your bus fare. Why do you need criminals that ain't even allowed anywhere near their own social services buildings to go out and fight your cause when really it's only going to backfire on you? What is this person actually doing here? So LCS and Rangi can only continue with your support. Go get them support will enable the van to be kept both roadworthy and on the move to different town and city locations around the UK. No. What he's doing is using your money to get around the towns of the UK and wherever because he wants to, not because he wants to support you. He's living off your money. That is what he's doing. Now let's watch this bit. Oh, look, his name it is. Now, remember when I said about the tech man who originally set up Rangi's profile, the website of LCS News? Well, here's the tosser here. This is Stefan Chipchase. That set that up. Yeah? Stefan for Rangi. I mean, come on. I wonder if it is true love. But yeah. Stefan Chipchase, Newcastle, aka Jack Reports, Rangi's tech man. So then you think, monthly goal, £1,000. So this man's now asking for £1,000 a month. I wonder how much this scruff is getting out of it. Is that how he gets his chips and gravy on a weekend or something? Because, yeah, what do you need £1,000 a month for to go travelling? Travelling where? What you doing when you're travelling? Because all I've seen from Rangi is him pull up outside a building and take a 2-minute clip trying to make out he's some fucking superhero. And believe me, we all know he's not. So let's move on to the next thing. Oh, look, let's all buy Rangi a coffee, shall we? Not. What? Why has he got to buy me a coffee account if he's got all these charities? Entry level, oh my days. Now this is pretty funny, yeah? Entry level support. What is he, a fucking college? What is he now, student support? Eh? Fucking student services?
And let's not forget, Shell, LCS is closed down now. There's no reason whatsoever that anybody should be donating to him. We checked that out, do you remember?
Yeah. So Kerry's right there. You don't need to be donating now to this creature because LCS News has been shut down. It's gone, according to the, the online company house thing. So where is this money now going? And as I say, who the fuck does he actually think he is? Student support services at a college? Because entry-level support, LCS and Rangi can only continue with your support. Ongoing monthly, yearly memberships will help Rangi move LCS forward and visit many hotspots, towns and cities and locations. Nah, don't think so, not on my watch. Oh, look, there he is again. This was a different account now. So he's got 2 of these give, send, goals and a GoFundMe account. Once again, set up by this creature. So when I first come on the app and I showed you all his charity accounts, what did I all tell some of you? They say them charities was supposed to have funded that. Did it work? No, it didn't. Did he fund it? No, he didn't. What's he doing today with your money? Well, I know what he's doing. I can tell you what he's doing, but I wonder if you know what he's doing. So here's a phone call now. You ready? This is me and my stalker who pulled up outside my house. Now, this is a phone call between me and Rangi's little partner. And are you ready to find out, literally, what was going on? They tried to bargain with me. Why? Because I'm exposing the truth. Ask questions, demand transparency. Don't be misled by titles, logos, or false claims of authority. Always verify who you're supporting and where your donations are going. This is bigger than one call. It's about protecting the community. Now listen to this.
Anybody no more what to do. I don't even
Queen,
no more because I'm constantly.
What's up, hon?
I'm going now, okay?
All right, lovely. Good night and God bless, Lily.
Good night, all.
Bye, darling.
Night. Night.
To people to get involved. And this is why there's another campaign out there that's going on by the criminal organizations where because I'm an Asian man, you see, now this is to do with the ideas of what Tommy's been doing. He's racially profiling everybody. So people, what they've been doing, and this is a live example I'm giving everybody now, for the problems that we're faced with in the UK, especially if there's any minorities, listen carefully. So what these people have been doing, the Rochdale scandal, is with me. What I noticed years ago, I knew a lot of people who were millionaires, but they were very, very, don't want to do anything. So what I did is I thought, well, look, I'm looking for people who are like me. So, I mean, in the last 5 years, I've spent about £60,000. And I'm not bothered because, look, I know money comes, money goes. But when our children...
I always say that easy come, easy go.
Yeah, and when our children go, I can't do that.
No.
And it's about time that I start finding people like that think, okay. So on the website, for example, people could buy me a coffee, which is only £3, or they could subscribe, do a subscription, £5 a month or £10 a month. Whatever comes in goes towards expenses. And there's not many because we've obviously had to revamp it, and there may be only 10 or something like that at the moment.
But we just try and spam you everywhere.
Yeah, because if I had the money...
Just try and get you all over all social medias.
100%, because for me, I don't know, let's say if I could raise £1 million a year, that's £1 million a year that I could donate to the public to secure. And
they shouldn't be starving like that, and we just want a bit of land to make sure we can distribute that food and teach people, because we'd even have somewhere around there where you can get set up where they can get people's kids to come there and have a school and teach them how to grow the next generation and teach them. Goats will be good. Jersey cows, they will be good to produce milk. I'm telling you, mate, because mate, and you are a frontline worker. So I want to support I want to try and give a shout out to anyone who can give us land where we can try and earn profit, so we can get Rangi on, who's on the front line and knows where this money needs spending to make this country a better place, and we need more people like Rangi in different countries doing the same thing.
So 100%. The only bit that I'm going to add, I know there'll be a lot of people out there that'll think that they know where they could do it. If you want to do we're going to do it anyway. But if we could teach you how to do it, you could all do it. If you've got your own land, if there's farmers listening in, if we could teach you how to do it, if you don't already know how to do it, you could do it yourselves. You could put it with whatever use you want to put it in, but get it to the public, help the public, because our public... So on the website, for example, people could buy me a coffee, which is only £3, or they could subscribe, do a subscription, £5 a month or £10 a month. Whatever comes in goes towards expenses, and there's not many because we've obviously had to revamp it, and there may be only 10 or something like that at the moment.
But we just try and spam you everywhere.
Yeah, because if I had the money...
Just try and get you all over all social medias.
100%, because for me... I don't know, let's say if I could raise £1 million a year, that's £1 million a year that I could donate to the public to secure and have safe houses and get children out to play. I mean, they don't like me because I've also been going into the business of work of taking children. I've been stealing them kids and the mothers out there. And I've been putting them other places to safeguard them. But
it's absolutely amazing.
And I can prove this also. So if anybody wants any evidence, please get in touch, but don't hold back. Yeah, go on, Sham, I'm going to get you back in now.
I think everybody should give us some gifts, because I think it might help the situation. I like to see all these lovely gifts flying around everywhere. It shows that people are motivated as well. And that I do say this, though, please, that does these shows mostly every day, don't you? Is it every day or every few days? It's something like that. But
I've actually reduced my shows now 1 day a week, because what's actually happened is I've moved forward with everything else. We're about to go live.
Nat, where is she, darling? Tell her to come in off. Thank you, Sarah. Hope you're good, sweetheart. Danny B, can you send a request if you're in here?
If they get caught, they'll just get dealt with. We're not going to hold back with any of it now. Okay.
But if we're making money, we can put it back into the community where we know where, because we come from the bottom, mate, and we know where it's needed the most. We know where them fundings could be spent the best. Well, you probably know better than anyone, Rangi, where funding is needed. But we need the funding somehow. But we need support from someone to get the land to start getting on board, so you can start being a frontline worker, because you're in your team of frontline workers. I'm not. I know
Okay? A guy who's doing this is the same guy who's making us take all these other pharmaceutical issues and problems. And even on that side, if you want to help and support, there is a part of the team that we are pushing on that side. And we're just taking more and more roles on, to be honest, because the more we identify, the more we want to fight back. So if there's farmers out there, if you're listening in, you've got our full respect. We want to help you guys as well. We want you to re-establish your farms. Never mind, shut your farms down. We'll pay you some peanuts. Do what we say. Listen, we need you to grow the right products. Our nation is going to be starving. We're going to have issues.
Worker. So I want to support by you. I want to try and give a shout out to anyone who can give us land where we can try and earn profit, so we can get Rangi on, who's on the front line and knows where this money needs spending to make this country a better place. And we need more people like Rangi in different countries doing the same thing.
So 100%. The only bit that I'm going to add, I know there'll be a lot of people out there that'll think that they know where they
Oh,
can do it.
Nats, I'm so sorry, hon. Do you want to give me a message, darling? And we'll have a private chat. I just don't let anyone say too much in the comments, just because obviously I don't want people using anything against anybody. Nats, if you want to chat, sweetheart, please do reach out, or you can reach out to VIMTO. You know, she's brilliant as well. So please do reach out to any of us if you want to chat. So guys, I've just showed you this video, yeah, and you've heard on quite a few occasions where Rangi's asking for farmland funds. It's just got no shame whatsoever. Now, last night he was making it clear that he doesn't ask for gifts. He doesn't ask
Just
for
want to let you
money.
know, I just muted Nat to get rid of the comments, and she's now unmuted.
Right, thank you,
Just so
lovely.
no one can use it. All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. So basically, with Rangi there, you've just seen him ask for loads of different things. Last night he was doing the same, and he's actually selling a product. When he comes on here and says he doesn't want anything, of course he's going to say that, because he's hoping, you know, in the end you'll listen to all these scaremongering words that's coming out of his mouth, and you're all going to fall for these different charities that he's set up, which is absolutely ridiculous, as you all know. Now let me just show you something here. Paul, I'm going to play this video for a minute just while I bob to the loo. But
Yeah.
you'll remember this video very well. I want you all to listen to this, because there is a point to it, and you'll see why. Because Paul, Observer, was actually questioning Rangi directly here. So listen to this.
I get this wrong, whoever it was that said this yesterday.
I'll be back in a minute,
has
guys.
your nephew or somebody had a kebab shop somewhere? I can't remember what area now. Can anyone remember? There was. I can't. Stopped and Aunties. Yeah, that's it.
No, I've never had a kebab shop.
Something above the kebab shop was going.
Yeah. I've never had anybody who's got a kebab shop.
Omar.
I know all my family members.
Right, Omar and Kayam.
Right, Omar Khayyam. I think the article that she's referring to. Now, this Omar Khayyam first, I do know about Omar Khayyam. This is going back in the early 90s, where my brother was doing business with another partner in that firm, in that restaurant. It's a restaurant, not a takeaway. And it was in, I think it was 2011, 10 or 11, where he shut that place down, simply because he was being targeted, because he spoke up against people who were being raping him as well. So he shut that down. Now, that article, a few years later, that property obviously has nothing to do with us. He was a business, he got rid of it. A few years later, somebody was doing something above it. We don't know nothing about it. And they got done for, allegedly, if I could remember a little bit of the article, something to do with they were growing something. I hope you understand the growing bit. Yeah. So that's got nothing to do with us neither.
Because I'm just trying to establish like things that are actual facts that this lady's coming out with, because that adds to the credit.
Yeah, so you've just heard that, right, guys? Paul questioned Rangi. Sorry, guys, my dogs are going out the garden, so I do apologise about the noise. Paul asked Rangi about the Omar and Kyan restaurant. Why is that important? Well, it was actually Rangi's family member who told me that he had, links to this restaurant, Omar and Kyan. So I'm thinking, I'll look into that. Yeah, he was right. There was rugs found upstairs in it, but there was also, how can I put it, an attack. And it was so bad, the attack, that Rangi was arrested during that. And why was he attacked? And why did he go out attacking someone? Because it all come down to the family affairs, which was the grooming scandal, this. You ready?
There has been no form of domestic violence or anything in the 16, 17 years of our relationship. It's not sugarcoated, by the way. Anything you do is a lot worse because previously how my wife was mistreating me, I'd gone through physical assault of her, but it wasn't something I was proud to tell anybody. Yeah.
Hang on. Right, now this is when I first come on the scene with the Rangi situation. This is where I caught him out. He come on here, paints himself out to be husband of the year, dad of the year, all that rubbish. But just let's listen to this bit again.
There has been no form of
family court papers
or anything in the 16, 17 years of our relationship. It's not sugarcoated, by the way. Anything you do is a lot worse because previously how my wife was mistreating me, I'd gone through physical assault of her, but it wasn't something I was proud to tell anybody. Okay. How can a man tell everyone?
So previously, before that, he says all the years he's been with his wife, there's been no DV, yeah? Now he's saying she physically assaulted him, she's done this, she's done that. Well, let's just go back a minute. You see this? These do not lie. What is that? Oh yeah, it's stamped by the family courts, social services, right? And to top it off, within that, it also tells you Mr. Latif consistently broke restraining orders. Restraining orders. I mean, come on, why would his ex-wife need a restraining order if he is the victim? Wouldn't he be needing a restraining order or an animal? Exactly. So let's just move forward with this.
In the 16, 17 years of our relationship. It's not sugarcoated, by the way. Anything you do is a lot worse because previously how my wife was mistreating me, I'd gone through physical assault of her, but it wasn't something I was proud to tell anybody. Okay. How can a man tell everyone that he's been beaten by his wife? Yeah, my wife. That she wears the trousers and I'm just a wimp. Well, that's how people would perceive it. Yeah, 100%. So what stopped you being just another male hitting back? Was it that you didn't want the children to suffer? Is it that you thought No, I actually said to my wife numerous times when she was violently assaulting me or swearing at me, that look, if you don't want to be with me, I'd rather you tell me so you can be happy and I can move on and we can still protect our children. So in your words, you're trying to be reasonable. Reasonable, which that's the only, because I've got children. Yeah. I don't want to affect the children, and that's why I didn't affect the children previously. So, to talk for the well-being of the children. Yeah. So she replied that, look, if you're not going to bring them back, I'm going to get you sorted. Now, I knew what that meant, but I didn't want to go through this discussion because it was live on speaker in front of my children. I didn't want to disturb anymore. Well, if you're not bringing the kids back, I'm going to sort you out. I'm going to get you sorted. I didn't know what that meant until the next day when I took.
So I want you to take this in now, guys. Listen to this.
For the well-being of the children. Yeah. So she replied that, look, if you're not going to bring them back, I'm going to get you sorted. Now, I knew what that meant, but I didn't want to go through this discussion because it was live on speaker in front of my children. I didn't want to disturb anymore. Well, if you're not bringing the kids back, I'm going to sort you out. I'm going to get you sorted. I didn't know what that meant until the next day when I took the children to school.
I took the little one at half-day nursery at 12 o'clock after the drop of the rest of them off at 9 o'clock in the morning. And when approximately half an hour, 45 minutes after that, I was on the way to the hospital. I'd been attacked by the ex-partner's new partner. And that was on the 10th. And that was actually the first day that my ex-partner reported domestic violence for the first time in our relationship. At 12 o'clock and 12:15 when I left, by 1:15, I'm on the way to the hospital. Literally, they just got me off the phone. Which I reported this to the police. They had all the evidence as well, the weapons, a lot, but nothing actually got done. Same as everything else, but right. But the beauty was, I want to keep with the social worker because social workers now have became involved. What was the context of this relationship of why they got involved? They've only just got it, you know what I mean? She was up to no good for a lot of years because originally what was actually going on, she was having an affair. As well, okay. As well. So it was the one. No, but that's okay. Have an affair, but leave this guy alone and dump your kids and run off, you know. Well, that is what she did, you see. Originally, she didn't want the kids. It's only when it came out and I found out and I wanted to walk, I didn't want to know the relationship. She couldn't handle it because at that point, every year, all the way through, whatever she wanted, I gave her all the money, the business. She's not used to kindness. She's used to being controlled by her parents, it seems. Okay. Yeah. So where does it all stand today? Well, today I am just starting my fight. So this is the beginning. I am so honored that you're with the right person, me. Yeah.
So he's only just starting his fight, yeah. I'll tell you what he's doing. He's been trying to track down his ex-wife so he can use and abuse her. He's been using this cause on here to, well, personally attack his wife. He's been using female protesters to actually attack his wife. Oh, it's been mayhem. But the point is, you've heard so many different versions here of what's gone on in his relationship. But it's quite clear he's a fucking liar. You know that liar, criminal, storyteller thing? Well, this is him. And you lot, well, not you lot, but I mean, genuinely, like people on TikTok, they come across him and they go, oh, he's good with a gift of the gab. And he, well, why is that? He was a salesman. Yeah? That's what salesmen do. They sell it. And he knows how to sell it. But you know when I come along, right? And literally, I come along and I spot little things like this. There's been no form of domestic violence or anything.
In the 16, 17 years of our relationship. It's not sugarcoated, by the way. Anything you do is a lot worse because previously how my wife was mistreating me, I'd gone through physical assault of her, but it wasn't something I was proud of.
So, he was a liar. Because once again, I'll remind you do know it's his ex-wife who's got restraining orders. He's breached restraining orders, non-molestation orders. He's been done. He's got 19 PNC warning markers for grape under 16, grape over 16, trafficking, kidnap, firearms, rugs, ABH, GBH, breaches of RO, which is the restraining order. I mean, he's an archive violent offender. How would I know all this wording and these sayings? Because I promise you now, I'm definitely not a police officer. But I mean, it's not easy, is it, as well, to articulate yourself just like that with all them words. I mean, even the police officer said to me, oh, where'd you get all that from then? Ah, wouldn't you like to know? I mean, it's fortunate that there is some good people in this world because according to Rangi, social services are corrupt, aren't they? Which, yeah, all right, there is a lot of corruption within social care, we know that. However, not all them people that work in social care are heartless. And even when they've lost the job or left the job, they still want to keep people informed. They still want to keep people safe. So I had a really good whistleblower that come to me. Amazing she is. And it was just by chance that she was involved in this shithead's life. And yeah, she was kind enough to tell me to go and safeguard myself because now I'm speaking up about him. I said, why? He's not that bad, is he? Oh, yeah, he is. He is Queen. I said, why? Why is he bad? So she sent me a recording. And obviously, out of respect, because it was good enough for her to, send it me over, I then put the post up, but with a voice changer, just so it protects the identity of the lady who's talking. I don't think it's on this account. It might be on. Oh, there it is.
There was a domestic certain he'd been investigated for rape of a female under 16 and over 16, indecent assaults, harassments, breaches of RO, GBH, ABH, common assault, patrolling aggressive behaviour, possession of firearms, false imprisonment, malicious communications, and
She will keep her. She goes on.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over a thing.
Oh. What do we have here? Let's just play this.
She will keep her. She goes on.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over a thing.
It's not even got a criminal record. So she goes on. She's just making stuff up.
there was a domestic certain.
So I'm making stuff up. And because I read these criminal offences out, Rangi and his minions rang the police. The police come out to Rangi's property, sat down and said, oh, show us, Mr. Latif, what is she saying? Please just take note one more fucking time of what the police officer is saying.
He'd been investigated for rape of a female under 16 and over 16, indecent assaults, harassments, breaches of RO, GBH, ABH, common assault, patrolling aggressive behaviour, possession of firearms, false imprisonment, malicious communications, and
She will keep her. She goes on.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over a thing.
It's not.
That is essentially a list of every criminal offence they have ever been. Yeah? How stupid are these criminals?
So,
So yeah.
I was just gonna say, if everybody just takes note of how different it looks on each one of these videos that you're playing, because when he's saying, "Oh, this ain't me, that ain't me," on the pictures and stuff, we could clearly see just how different it looks on each. Do you know what I mean? How he changes
voice matching as well, 'cause he can't change his voice.
No, we can't. But I'm just saying, like, because it's a lot. He keeps saying that's not me, that's not me. But if you look on these videos, if you're watching carefully, you can see in each one it looks completely different.
Yeah, it does. It does, and he looks different for a reason. That's because he needs all these identities. Because really, he's either still in operation today, or he's using it for manipulation tactics, and because he's running away from certain people that are due out of prison that are coming to catch up with him very, very soon. So
it's like he thinks he's Superman. It's like, oh, if I put a pair of glasses on, they don't know who I am.
exactly. That's Godfather. He's Godfather. Let's see what Godfather's saying. Well done, Pure. Please read the comments, guys. Pure Islam's put Rangi's other name in the comments.
Godfather, are you there? If you're not going to speak, I'm going to just drop you down.
I don't think it's him, Kez. I think it's TikTok.
Oh,
Come
right,
back up, Godfather. So, yeah, you've just heard, yeah, that officer is saying that is a list of every crime that has been, essentially listed against Rangi, yeah? Hang on.
She will keep her. She goes on.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over a thing.
It's not even got a criminal record. So she goes on. She's just making stuff up.
there was a domestic certain.
So that officer wouldn't even argue back. Well, no, he hasn't got a criminal record. She just went, ugh. In other words, shut up with your Billy bullshit. Turn your camera off. Yeah. Don't keep recording your silly little phone calls because you've exposed yourself, Rangi. And I know you're watching me tonight because that's what you do. You watch for me because you know I've been watching you last night and I'm playing everything about you tonight. So I still want answers. Why is the officer saying that is a list of everything on your record? Eh? But you think you can sit on it, you can keep chatting your shit with everyone and making out you're some superhero, when clearly we all know you're not a superhero, Rangi. We know you're not. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that there, guys, is basically his confession. That's all I'm going to say. Well, she'll say it's the police's. Here's Omar and Kayam Indian cuisine. This is what Paul was basically going on about before with Rangi. This is what his brother owned. This is where all the crimes was going on. Can you imagine?
And the Anwar diamonds, that's another thing, ain't it?
Yeah, that was a nickname for him, that, because he used to say he was going to be a big millionaire and a big businessman. But as I say, yeah, look, this is where disgusting things were going on. This is where an attack also happened. And it actually made the paper. You can actually put this name into Google and you will get the articles about what went on there. So when I exposed that, Rangi didn't like that either. I've got loads more yet, guys, but my battery's going to go, so I need to move my phone over the other side of the room. 1 minute. Here we go. XY claimed he was recruited because he acted as an informal taxi driver for some of the defendants. I would get to know where they pick up their rugs, where the parties were, he said. At another point, he claimed I was chilling with the boys. I had to make it look like I was their friend. Given evidence from behind a screen and with the public gallery cleared, XY said he had been paid informant for 6 or 7 years. He told the abuser process hearing that police tasked him to find out what was going on in the area. Do you know why that's important? Because it says there, XY said he had been a paid informant for 6 to 7 years. Now, last night he made a comment that he was trapped within the system for 7 years. And if he spoke up, he would be given a criminal record. Well, this is what he's actually referring to, this. But he's got to say it in a different way because of the gagging order that is against him. He would be committing a crime. Now, who's this one here? Oh, this is Maria Clark.
I think he's trying to say.
So after Maria Clark went and sat with Rangi in the police station, held his hand and said, oh, this is Rangi, is now being targeted by Michelle. Well, this silly bitch, like I said before, tried to befriend me. I had my guard up. I wasn't stupid. So what she did, she fired up a live about me one day. Thank you, Squid, you lovely. She fired up a live, but she blocked me. So all I did was say, well, you can't fucking do a live and not invite me. You blocked me. Like, what's the point in that? You were my friend yesterday. What's going on now? So I'm sorry, guys. My fucking phone's doing it. It keeps crashing every time my WhatsApp goes off. So I'm thinking, like, what is this woman's problem? She wants information about Rangi. Why does everyone want my shit about Rangi? Because if I'm not gonna hand it over to every Tom, Dick and Harry, I ain't gonna hand it over to strangers on here, am I? So I told her, no, I'm not giving you a list of names of, the victims, and I'm not doing this and that. Well, she fires up this live. So I thought, you cheeky bitch. Because this is where now it's going to get interesting. Are you ready for this? Thanks, Julie. This woman sat with that man whilst he admitted he shipped a whole load of kids out to the police like we heard earlier. She was the one sat with him. But then listen to what she did a couple of weeks before. She went and basically supported him at the police station. This is meant to be a predator hunter, and you've all seen the video tonight already on just how bad Maria Clark is.
That he was in counselling where these people were, and he didn't realise that they were there for that. Told me that social services turned him from a victim to a perpetrator. So he went to the harbour. That's how I remember now, the harbour, because I just did it. He said, and we're just going past the harbour in where we live. So he said that they'd send him to the harbour for counselling. And he wasn't aware that the harbour is actually for convicted paedophiles as well. They run courses there for them.
Thanks.
So when they was made aware at social services that Rangi attends the harbour, he went mad and got his counsellor to contact the social services and say he attends here as a victim, not a perpetrator, for counselling. I can't understand though why they would send victims of CSA, to the same building that they would send paedophiles to. That's what I can't get my head around. Why would they have a building for convicted sex offenders? Fucking nonsense. But yet victims go there for support as well to another class or whatever. It wouldn't happen, would it? Because I know if I went to a fucking support centre and I bumped into a nonce, do you think I ain't fucking smashing his fucking head in?
Hang on, we all know she don't do that because we just watched her a minute ago sitting with a predator going, you're the only one that I feel sorry for. See how she chats shit? She couldn't even face me at the headquarters in Manchester. VIMTO will tell you I paid out my own money, no fucks given, got in a taxi, went all the way there to face her and Rangi. Do you know what they did? They both waited for me to leave and then they showed up afterwards. Do you know what I mean? I even went to one of Rangi's protests in town and the guy was nowhere to be seen, but all his little bald-headed friends were going, Rangi, stay clear, that Queen Bee's about. Like, come on, get a fucking grip. All call yourselves fucking big and hard fucking whatevers. Yeah, alright.
If you remember, I think there's a woman called Marie Clark who used to be a paedophile hunter.
Yeah, used to be.
900 convictions out of the cases that she's put forward.
VIMTO, has Maria Clark ever had 900 convictions out while the pred she's caught?
No, she hasn't. I don't think she's ever had any, to be honest.
Thank you, Ed.
Oh, poor.
See, my VIMTO knows. Do you know why? Because my VIMTO has seen it herself that this woman is a Billy bullshitter.
She's been involved with my life and my home affair.
Oh, look who's there.
For the last at least 9 months. She's learnt about this and she's been at the police where they've accepted all this. This is all manifest.
So I pulled up to go to my mate's flat here. I pulled up behind her actually because I was just going to park there and run over. And then I seen it and I thought, that's Ian Lucas.
This is Maria Clark, everyone who's just joined in.
So anyway, he was the only predator that I ever caught that I...
See, that was over-exaggerated, UB40. I mean, I've met Ali Campbell.
Yeah. So basically what happened to me, when I seen you just now, I thought, oh my God, wouldn't mind a quick chat with him just to see how he got on, to be honest. Not that I care about paedophiles, because obviously I hate them, and I hate what you've done. However, you was the only predator that I caught, in over 600 I've caught, that I actually genuinely felt a little bit sorry for. You didn't sucker me in, but you apologised for making me cry when you was arrested. I'm presuming you was completely honest with the police when they arrested you, which is good. Yeah. So what happened to you after you was arrested then?
I mean, I went to prison.
Yeah.
And I thought...
How long did you get in prison?
I was in there 2 months.
Randy, when I spoke
Here's our Randy Marie. Big up to Randy.
Rip her a new one. That's what you said to me. She tries anything, I'm going to rip her a new one.
Who am I talking to now?
This is Andy Marie.
Right, listen.
When we spoke,
stop for a second. Stop for a second. Stop for a
I'm not going to stop you, Randy. No, you had your time with me before, Randy.
I'm not going
You're not going to raise your voice to me. You're not going to raise your voice to me, Randy. You're not going to do it. I'm sorry, not this time. You said you was going to rip open out a new one. She was a vulnerable woman who was in your life. You did not defend her. You saw the bullying going on and you didn't care. That was my point with you. Safeguarding.
Right.
Safeguarding
Marie.
people who've been loyal to you and have worked with you.
Right, Marie, listen, I'm going to go because I've had the people make allegations and everybody stuck themselves.
I'm not making allegations.
Randy, with all respect, that's not an allegation. If she's saying that you've done it to her,
No, Marie,
that's from
Marie.
her point.
Marie, you don't know what's already been said.
Randy, my point on this one then is she's not making an allegation. She's saying clearly that you said it to her. So she's getting her point across to you. But every time I actually had respect for you, that's disintegrated because I'm starting to see now you're not letting her speak. You're not.
I think he's trying to say that he was in counselling where the...
So you've just heard that. That's Maria Clark once again, always sat in the background doing the dirty work and the admin work for Rangi. However, because I wouldn't give her what she wanted, do you know, she went away and tried that same little tactic. You know what these idiots do now on here to gain a little bit of clout? Well, it backfired. Because once again, if you're a passionate, dedicated predator hunter, you hate predators. You never sit down with them and you never tell them that you've got respect or you felt sorry for them, because that is not the only footage we have of Maria Clark. We have a lot more, and believe me, this week I'm actually going to do a live covering that bitch because, yeah, there's a lot of fake personas out there. Trust me, there is. So, let's have a look at this, shall we? Where are we? Now I'm going to move my phone in a minute so I can play this because I need to put it on charge. And I'm going to play a certain video for you all to hear. Is it this one?
And that's...
No, not that one. Oh, actually, yes. Yes, we're going to speak about Clicko Dick for a minute. Just give me a minute. You're all wondering who Clicko Dick is. His actual name is Clicko Pick on here. But I refer to him as Clicko Dick, and so does VIMTO. In fact, at the VIMTO, we give him that name. I think it's funny. So, I'm just going to put that like that. So, there he is. There. Clicko Pick.
And that's what's happening.
And Thomas Anderson.
Pick. I've just got to point this out. Russell Brand, I've got some very bad videos of that guy. He's not on our side, buddy.
Who's that? Who's that you're talking about? Russell Brand?
Russell Brand, yeah. I've got videos of him touching a 12-year-old girl's breast. So he's not one, shorn upward after...
Now, that is Maria Clark and Thomas Anderson having this conversation together, right? But we're not going to make it about Thomas Anderson just yet. We're going to have a different night for him because I've got loads on him. However, give me a minute just while I put that there like that. I'm just going to show you something now. Clicko Pick, we found his identity. So Clicko Pick does not like to be honest with his name on here. He likes to chat a lot of shit. And when you call him out and ask him what's his agenda behind wanting to help women and kids if he hasn't got no kids himself. So, this is where he works. He's a volunteer worker called Manan. Is it Kawaya? He's a service user and a volunteerer. Now, I looked into this community centre and it's actually linked with Dudley Council. What's within Dudley Council? What do you think volunteering... And I mean, this guy now at this point hasn't got nothing to lose. He's not getting an income. Yeah. It's voluntary. So what do you think he's capable of doing behind closed doors of Dudley Council, working and voluntary with these vulnerable individuals? What do you think he's up to? Because, I mean, I did call him out, and so did VIMTO. In fact, so did a guy called B. And we asked him over and over, what is his agenda with women and children? Why is he so interested in saving the children on this app? What is it that's so important that he needs to intervene? And he couldn't really tell us. He was going back to the nuns and Ireland and where they found the mass graves. Well, my point was, I wanted to know what his story was. Why does he hate social services? Well, he can't answer because he's never been in the system. He hasn't even got a child. So, once again, I'm going to make this point. That is a man who's voluntary working within a council sector with vulnerable individuals. Behind closed doors at home, he's now teaming up with an organised criminal gang on TikTok because that is what they are. And everything's about attacking the government, hacking the computer, the government computers, attacking them, targeting them. What do you think he's probably doing behind closed doors? Do you know what I'm saying?
Probably finding information off them computers that he's got access to and passing it over to his horrible little friends.
Well said, VIMTO. You just hit the nail on the fucking head. Exactly. Just like when the grooming was going on with the grooming gangs, what was happening every time the poor victims were turning to social services and support services? There was someone within that council sector collecting the information and giving it on to the perpetrators. Then that let the perpetrators go away and literally torment all these poor girls, their poor families. They abused them. Do you know what I'm saying? They abused them. So, hang on. Isn't Millen all right, Paul? I was just wondering, why is he muted, or she?
Oh, sorry, love. He was saying that if you had a battle, he could help you win it. You know, a TikTok battle thing. It
Oh,
was an
right,
advert.
yeah, we're not doing
I
that on
just
here.
invited Godfather back up, but I don't know if they're going to come up or not.
Thank you, lovely.
And can I just say, up until Queen's finished this awareness, can you not request the boxes just because, it just deflects from what she's doing, and the boxes will open when she says shortly.
Hang on, someone's requested. No, it's not Godfather. I thought it was them then. Right, I'm just going to put the green screen on for a minute and let my battery charge up. Does anyone want to come up and speak about this? Tomorrow night I'm going to have to do a second part because I've still got like loads of shit yet to go through and I really want to expose that Mikey P with what I've got on him, guys. You have no idea what I've got on that guy. You're all going to be shocked.
Now's your time. No worries, Julie, love. Godfather, are you still here? Did you want a box still?
If anyone wants to come up and speak about the situation, and please do. But as I say, like, guys, you've got to understand this is an organised crime group that is operating very complex, right? I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, it is very complex because it's not just one thing within this gang. They're doing causes, they're setting up charities, they're promising women they're going to get the children back in their care and stuff like that. Even professionals cannot promise you women they're going to get your kids back. It's down to you. So when a man is presenting on here as middle-aged, he's got no no stable accommodation, no career. And I'm not saying everyone's got to have a career, but I'm just saying if you're so passionate about safeguarding, why not go into the career sector when it comes to safeguarding? Why have you got to use TikTok? So then you start to look at these people, the credibilities and stuff like that. And For me, Rangi's DBS check was what rang alarm bells, and I want to bring this to your attention. Everyone can be fooled by DBSs. Now, I've got Paul in here and VIMTO that can explain a little bit more on how these processes work, but I'm going to go into a little bit of depth about Rangi's DBS. So we all asked Rangi for an enhanced DBS, because if you work with vulnerable individuals and families, you've then literally got to have a background, check. You've got to make sure you're all right to work with vulnerable individuals, children. But this guy thought he could get away with trying to only present a basic DBS, right? Basic. So why do you think he's done that? Well, the enhance will only come up with his past, his history. How's he got away with getting a clear basic DBS? I'll tell you how. Because he's not declared all his background past addresses. No. He's used Aurangzeb Latif and put whatever location he's in today. He's missed out all his history, which, funny enough, that's for a reason. Because if he produces that enhanced DBS, we're all now going to be teaming up going, you need to get the fuck off this app, you filthy animal. Because in the meantime, he's trying to present is this Mr. Superhero. He's going to do everything. He's got group members. I'll let you in a minute, Pure. Give me a minute, hon. He's got group members that are all messing with firearms. They're all messing with weapons. They're all messing with far-right groups. What do you think these people are capable of? Because the other week, do you know he actually stated he was going to Ireland to create a mess? Whilst he's in Ireland, what happened in Ireland?
The Ballymene.
Yeah, does anyone know what happened in Ireland?
The Ballymene situation.
Exactly, VIMTO. And this is the thing, you see, protesters, they can go a little bit OTT. They can hurt people. So, here's a question for LCS News and all these little criminals. Mikey P, Neo Anderson, Rangi, that little shit on the screen, Stefan Chip Chase. All of these horrid little members. How can you have the cheek to preach about safeguarding women and kids when you all go around the streets thinking you're fucking Robocop, yeah? And you're putting this nation at risk with your firearms and your weapons. I mean, let's face it, your charges between yous all scream out fucking red alarm, alarm bells. There's nothing that you want to safeguard, because if you was about safeguarding, you would not be rocking the streets with weapons, wanting to intimidate or scare anybody in this world. You're sick. Fucking sick. And I'm sick to the batsy for these old men coming on here sick. And I'm sick to the batsy for these old men coming on here spouting out, you know how it feels, what us women have been through. Yeah, well, no, you don't know what we've been through, because you, Rangi, are a perpetrator to women. You have used and abused them, haven't you, Rangi? You have robbed these women. You've raped these women. And then, when that's not good enough for you, is it? You got to push it and push it and push it. And when you speak up about you, you've got to send in your little cronies like that little shithead there, Neo Anderson, TB, all of them. But yet you're meant to be the big man who's supposed to be a speaker. But you go running to the police after calling them corrupt. And you say, Queenie's coming for you, mate. I'm telling you now. I ain't ever going anywhere. And I'm going to sit here, and just like I've promised every single person on here for 19 months that I will deliver what I have got to do, I will continue to do it. You can send in all these pathetic little weasels on TikTok that want to score points, but even they don't get to me, because at this point now, even they're embarrassing themselves, supporting you lot, especially when I'm sat here with damning evidence. I'm going to let Naomi up. Naomi, do you want to send a request, darling? I'm going to let Pure into the box, and some of you who don't know Pure, maybe you can listen to her. You do need to be a bit patient, please, guys, but she has got some facts. Tomorrow, guys, as well, I'm going to do part 2 at 9 o'clock, just so you know.
I definitely think that you need to do the part 2, because I mean, look at all the information you've collected today on that Mikey P, and look, you ain't at the time to be able to put that out, have you? Not properly like you wanted to.
No, I've still got loads to go through, and I'm only doing it now a little bit from the start again, because we've been a little bit off track with everything else that's been going on. So I just want to give everyone recaps, how far we've got, rather than me telling the whole story. It's easy for me now to just put things like this in sections, because, well, obviously I put it out for you lot anyway to see, but it makes it quicker and simple, and then it gets straight to a point. But I have got loads of important information. I just like to go through it thoroughly, and at the same time, I'm only trying to recap people. So if you've come in and you thought, oh, I've heard this already, I do apologise, but there is people that have been relying on me to come and do these lives again now, and stop letting idiots interfere, which is no longer going to be happening. So as I say, it has been mainly about a recap. I'm glad
Naomi's still in here, hun. I can't see her anywhere.
she'll come back. VIMTO, do you want to try and text Pure and let her know she can come in, babe?
Yeah, I'm just gonna send her a request and send her a message.
Thank you. But yeah, I'll do a part 2 tomorrow, guys. It's not easy doing this either, because it does take a lot of my time. These guys will tell you I've been well quiet, haven't I, guys, for the last 48 hours?
You have.
It's been a miracle, love, isn't it? I'm messing around.
He's not messing. He's being serious.
Oh,
you had Mark send you some pictures of the camping day, yeah? Oh my God.
Oh,
do you know
wow.
what? I've actually enjoyed tonight. I'm back on my what's the word? I'm back on my arse. That's all I'm gonna say. I love this. This is what I was. Well, this is what I was here to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, not the drama side of TikTok and the petty arguments, and it's not me. After a while, I get agitated because I've not come here to do that side of TikTok. This is my side. This is what I like to do. And yeah, look at everything I've produced tonight to you. It all makes sense. Some of you have actually, seen through the shit that I've put up. I need that Mr. Too Busy For You as well to come back tomorrow. I need him to find out who his friend Rangi is rolling around with. I'm glad you're coming here tonight.
Are you back, mate? Have you come back in? Because we could do you in the box, dear. The other thing is, as well, just to touch upon that again, I will be messaging Bance. I've sent him a request tonight, but he hasn't come in. But I will get in touch with him. And the other thing is, if there's anybody new that's here tonight that, don't know who these people are and that, if you want to come in the box and ask questions, or, there's anything you want to know, please just come up and ask.
VIMTO, can you have a look at WhatsApp quickly? I've just sent you something quite interesting.
Okay.
It is off topic.
Sorry, guys. I was just checking some messages on my other phone. Honestly, I feel so much better tonight. It's like...
You sound you've got your calling back.
I have. Do you know what I mean? I have. And everyone's been messaging me like, good work, Queen. It's nice to have you back. Well, guys, just know I'm back on track. and I have got loads to deliver over the next coming days and weeks. But I do appreciate as well everyone being really patient with me, especially in regards to this, because, well, I explained it earlier, police informers do not just get put in, Google. They don't just get put into fucking newspapers. They don't get the face plastered on an article. So it is a lot harder to find out the truth about someone when they've actually had that role within, them sectors with the police, unfortunately. And, well, fortunately, I come along and I don't like this fella. No. And for 19 months, look at the community I've got. I've got these guys here who've done amazing work as well. Every little bit, it doesn't matter what sort of work it is, anything, whether it's someone saying, Shell, I've got something here, someone's come forward, do want to speak to you. They're doing the part. And if you do see someone online and you're not happy with it, or you've been affected by Rangi and his minions, you have handed over your documents, your children's documents, please, please, I beg of you now, ring 101, tell them that you've handed your documents to this perpetrator, Aurangzeb Latif. If you do need any support, do get in touch with me and I will advise you on what you need to do. However, you can just ring the authorities and let them know that this man's manipulated you with his group and made you think he's going to become some, saviour. He's going to get your kids back. However, he's a fraud, and as well, he's a perpetrator. What worries me more in this case is he's actually currently collecting information of what care homes your daughters are in. He's not interested in anyone with a son. It's got to be your daughters. That's what he makes a big point of. He's collecting what location they're in, what care home they're in.
It's always girls, isn't it? Young girls. I have noticed that.
Well, this is the thing, you see. Obviously, if you look back at the grooming gang situation, where did they all operate? Outside schools, outside care homes.
Yeah.
And today, when you look at a man like Rangi coming online, oh, what can I offer you? Well, he's getting in a load of vulnerable mothers that these mothers are going to find it so easy to hand over information. They're going to be so gullible and vulnerable. And you know how it often works? The likes of Rangi could sit outside a care home and go, hey, you. I'm going to give you an example now, a decoy name. For example, I'd say Aisha. Yeah, let's use Aisha. Hi, Aisha, I know your mum. Well, I don't know you. Oh, well, don't worry. Your mum sent me to come and help. Really? What for? To get you out of this care home. Because you told me you're having such a hard time. See how easy it is? That is an actual grooming technique they will use. Why are they saying now that the mother, they know the mother? Because now they've got a connection, whether it's on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Now this man has promised this woman he's going to go and help her and her daughter. So now he stood there with her daughter doing a load of these promises, but behind the scenes, what the mother doesn't know is she's now just put a child at risk because she's just sent this perpetrator into her child's life. Now that there, when you think logically and you think a little bit deeper, and this is what I say to some of you all the time, my style of working, it pisses me off when people do think they can undermine my fucking work. Or even sit there and think they've got the same intelligence as me, because you know what? It takes a lot to sit there and put yourself into a criminal's mind. And that's the worst part about criminal profiling, because you do have to have a bit of understanding what's going on in their heads. And I've sat here, I've put myself in Rangi's head, I've put myself in Neo's head, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, these are a sick bunch of men. And then I have to think, well, how are they going to be operating? What's going on? What are all these men doing? They've all got a job role within LCS News. We've got tech men. We've got 3D software. We've got 3D printers. We've got S-dolls that look like children. What do you think that could be creating? And then we've got AI images that are being generated and videos of children, young women, even young men. So if someone abroad Because as you all know, LCS News apparently is international. Rangi often says he's got China, Russia, he's got all these countries. So all it takes is for one wrong-un, from Thailand, to ask these wrong-uns over here, create me an image. I want a particular image. How much? That's how images are made, sold, swapped, just like your data. Your kids' names, date of birth. It's being sold to different countries. Guess what? Someone right now, if you give your information to Rangi, such as birth certificates to your children, someone right now in China could be walking around with your child's name in their passport. Did you know that? I mean, there's a lot of idiots on here that like to put me down about my work, but come on. This is logical thinking now, isn't it? It's logical sense. They're all quick enough to sit here and go, that Michelle don't know what she's talking about. But Michelle does. And this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. I ain't gaining anything out of doing this. I'm just simply telling you how extreme this group can go. Go on, guys. Have you got something to say?
No, I'm just sitting thinking on the Maria Clark thing again. I think like you're right. Yeah, do that live on her as well because like she is a real monster and she's a real creature. A stinger that turns to a Pred supporter. I mean, how these women do this, being mums and having their own children, I do not understand. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely revolting. I mean, it's bad enough that the men are like supporting him in any shape, way or form. But for women that are mums to be able to support that is absolutely disgusting.
Well said. And Kez is right there, guys. This is supposed to, Maria Clark is supposed to be a mother. Maria Clark is supposed to be a defender for children and women. But you see what else you will find with these group of men. And there's one particular gobshite on this app right now who seems to be finding herself in a lot of rings. Don't you, girl? And I know you're watching right now because, let's face it, you can't get enough of Queen Bee, can you? So, I'm going to say a few little things here, and it might hit a nerve tonight. So I do expect a little response, please do. But this particular character, I'm sure you all know who I'm referring to, and I ain't going to give it any airtime because it's an embarrassment. It also makes me cringe every time it comes on here trying to, I don't know what it's trying to fucking do, really. I think it's an embarrassment. However, she's tried to degrade my work. She's tried to degrade what I know. She's tried to undermine and degrade my evidence and what I do. And she's also tried to put me down and say that I've only been here 2 minutes. I'm trying to take her views and followers. Now, anyone who actually goes and views an idiot that constantly goes around bullying individuals on this app, I don't want viewers like that, so you can keep them, love. Right? But one thing you ain't going to do is come on this app and put yourself in the middle of a group of wrong-uns and then think you're going to come to me and go, oh, you're a liar, you're this, you're that. Because you see, you're the type of woman, right, that would actually fall for anything. You're the type of woman that is used. In fact, you're a girl. You're the type of girl that is used in these grooming gangs. You know why? Because it's women like you that pretend you know your shit and you're like, don't worry, you can trust us. You can trust us all. Just come to Rangi. Come to Neo. Yeah. I mean, because look what you did to a poor girl, eh, bitch? What did you do? A poor woman come forward with autism on this app and told us all what Rangi had done to her. And this particular person, the Sasquatch that it is, just sat there and went, oh no, oh, made it all about her. Never mind the poor young girl who's now trying to tell her story, what's going on. But this particular bitch already knew about Rangi a couple of days before, but tried to make out she didn't know. And now she's shocked because she's just heard this news. But then a couple of days after that, she goes running back to him and then starts using him against people who she doesn't like, thinking she's going to throw people under the bus. And now she's sat there and she's now screamed out, "These men are innocent. These men are innocent." No, they're not, love. How many times has people seen on here the videos where Rangi's speaking to 10-year-old little girls referring to his little princess? Do you know what? You women, you actually remind me of Lucy Jorge, you do, gobshites. Because that bitch come along last year with Rangi, and you know what? She was just like you, very impulsive. There, every 2 minutes, making these stupid ass reactions, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Wow, she's got some serious issues going on. But, you know, Lucy Jorge was a convicted predator. Come Down With Me winner 2016. Great to 15-year-old boy. But yet the social workers in her area let her keep her sons after she'd hurt somebody else's. I mean, where's the fucking sense in that? Do you know what I mean? So, you've got this gobshite right now that every single day she wants to talk about me, she wants to degrade me, but she doesn't know me, and we've genuinely never had any other fallouts. So I'm thinking, well, what is it with this bitch that she's trying to come at me for? Well, something's come to me. I think I know what it is now. I wonder if Frank is...
Yeah.
Well, fuck that. I'm on a serious level now, right? Is it one of them? You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours? Do you understand what I'm saying? So we know over there's a bit of a rug issue going on, isn't there? You know, that sherbet shite that sits up the nostrils, gets to the brain cells. Ugh. So then
And
you
it's
think...
Mate, that Maria Clark, she came to you to work with you, saying about like, how bad Rangi was, and he was doing this and he was doing that. She reported him to the RSPCA, and then after she found out what he was doing and all the information about what a bad bastard he is, do you know what I mean? Like, then she went to him. It weren't like she didn't know and went to him. She went to him knowingly.
And
Do you
who
know
does
what I
that?
mean?
And right now, who's that putting you in mind of on this app? We're not going to say its name, but you know who.
Yeah.
With the behaviour, like, they come on here, they character themselves as, oh, look at me, I'll help and support you. But really, they just want information so they can make some entertainment, you know, content out of it. And it's not entertaining anyone. You can sit on here and seriously dismiss a concern, ignore a concern, ignore anything like this. There is something seriously wrong with them. And I don't know how this bitch has continued to sit on here now for days and still talk my name. But we're in different lanes. Once again, I can explain how perpetrators operate and what they look like. If you asked her, she'll give you Rangi. When I say she'll give you Rangi, go to him and he'll tell you. That's the type of girl she is. See me? I'm the type of person to go, no, you're a wrong one. We don't trust him. We don't trust him and we don't trust you. And then where does she come into it? Well, she's clearly been a little lap donkey, isn't she? Sat there going, you can trust Rangi. He's helping me with my case right now. No, he's not, bitch. Tell you what he's doing. He's using you. Do you want to know why he's using you? Because right now, he's trying to attack me personally and he can't because he's on bail. Capital B. And this is how thick you lot really are. Because last night, what was it you say? Yeah, well, it all got dismissed with Rangi. Tell me now, why can he not mention my name on his live? Why can he not say my name on a live? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So once again, this is another thing people need to start getting through their heads. If he's innocent and he weren't on bail, he'd be able to sit there, wouldn't he, and go, that Michelle this, Queenie that. No, he uses third parties. And because this bitch is so gullible and she's the sort of girl that'll do anything for a little bit of attention, that's what he's done. He's gone to her and gone, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. And now he's using her to get at me. That's all he can do. But does he not realise if I'm not scared of him and his Timu versions of Phil Mitchell's, why am I going to be scared of Sasquatch? Bitches are minor to me when they want to start drama. I'm sorry, but they are. I want these men to come and face me. I mean, they've been big enough to park outside the front door, but they couldn't even fucking get the backbone to come and knock on the front door. Because you know why? They just like to intimidate. They like to try and put scare tactics out there. And do I look like some absolute idiot who's bowed down once? Have I run off this app? But Sasquatch sat there last night and went, she wants to be the next me. Listen, love, I certainly don't want to be you, right? I'm happy with who I am. I'm not even going to go into it, but I really am happy with who I am. I'm happy with my little life. You're clearly not. Do you know why? Because you latch onto predators for attention. You are another Maria Clark. In fact, when I look at the pair of yous, you could almost pass off as sisters. Dumb and fucking dumber. Dumb and dumber. And Lucy Jorge, well, she was an absolute creature as well. And you know what she said to me last year? See you, Shirley, with your raven's nest. She was talking about my hair. I'm coming for you. I said, listen, bitch, you've got a status in life. Do you know what that is? She went, go on. And I did say this to her. It's there on camera. I said, your status in life is you're in the register. For a female, a mother, yeah, who's in the register, that not only is it sick, but it's an embarrassment, isn't it, to society? So what I'm saying is simply shut your fucking mouth, because any woman who's found herself in the S register ain't gonna even try and get into my mind. Do you understand? So then she started targeting me kids, then me, about my mum and my dad and how I live, my beautiful tiles on my floor, my tiles on my walls. Jesus Christ, this woman was really obsessed. Well, poor fact freak, he got fucking stalked by her. Positivity Queen. We all come together. There is a podcast on YouTube. It's called The Voices of Glasgow. It was a fantastic podcast, but it was also awareness. And when you listen to the poor victims involved, you'll understand just how deep this bitch went. She's now got stalking offences a lot on her. However, every day she thought she was claiming to be a personal life coach on here, but really she wasn't telling you all she was in the register. Every time you spoke about her or shared one of the newspaper articles, she'd try and attack you and latch onto you. Well, she couldn't win with me because every time she tried to come at me, all I had to say to her was, listen, bitch, yeah, you ain't a woman. You're in the S register, yeah? No real woman gets put in the S register. No real mother gets put in the S register. And your justice system in Glasgow or wherever you are, bitch, is just as bad as you. They're sick. Do you know why? Because you went out and raped a young lad, but yet got to keep yours in your care. How the hell does that even work? So I made a big deal about it. I never let her sit still on this app. Well, she got banned, she got restricted. Now she sits on YouTube talking about her other stalkers, apparently. She's got stalkers, this and that. No. She's just got people that are reacting because of the shit she's done. She's another one. Perpetrators always play victim. However, that was a very successful win with me and her. And she will, I don't think she'll be returning to this app anyway because she'll be well remembered for the wrong reasons, not the right reasons. We've got Julie back in the box. My internet tonight is rubbish, guys.
Evening, Julie.
I don't think it's your internet, hun, 'cause it's okay for the rest of us.
It must just be
She did
TikTok.
say earlier that she requested by mistake.
Ah, right. Oh, hey, Julie.
Yeah, I think it might be an accident. Are you okay, Julie? Did you want the box?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, as I say, there is a lot. This shit is complex, yeah. But all I'm going to say to you is as well, and I have to say this because this was the whole point of doing this live tonight, but now we've got to do round 2 tomorrow to finish it all off. These bald-headed weasels, that man, Mikey P, is currently on the run, right? Police are after him. So if you do see him, please report him to Crime Stoppers. I will put the details up after this live. If you do see him sniffing around in any bushes, you know, the local blueberry or the raspberry bushes or something like that, please do ring 999.
I'm
The
sure
reason
he
why I'm
ran past my
saying that,
window a minute.
it must be Rangi's fruit supplier.
Oh my god. Well, they do like Apple devices.
Well, there we go.
What's your plan as well?
They all play a role in LCS news, and some of them, as I say, they've got devices, even encrypted chat devices. They're using all sorts, and the fact that they've got 3D software, 3D printers, they've got their own servers. Neo Anderson himself has actually admitted he hides his hard drive from the police every night. He stashes it in the woods. Now, that to me, well, that is very concerning because that's simply him saying he's got something on there that he doesn't want anyone to see and he's stashing it for a reason. Oh, Jesus Christ. That looks like my hater right now who I've got on this app. What are you looking at? Yeah, but no, but it was Queen Bee. So yeah.
And boom, there it is.
Yeah, I feel really good after tonight. Sometimes it can take me a while to just get back onto what I've been focusing on, and because I've put a lot of effort in the last 48 hours, I've recapped everything tonight. So when we do part 2 tomorrow, it'll just be simple and a lot more. You'll understand the story behind it, hopefully. Tomorrow, it'll just be simple and a lot more. You'll understand the story behind it, hopefully. It's all right, Julie. Don't worry, darling. But I am really grateful for anyone and everyone that comes in and listens. I am sorry that I didn't really put a poster up like I usually do. I will do that for tomorrow, don't worry. But yeah, just remember there is a lot of things that goes on these apps with these criminals, and they're doing all sorts in different shapes and sizes, and some of you have just got to really look into some of these things. Even if you go online and just type in, you know, how do grooming gangs or fraudsters operate on social media apps? Just go and educate yourself a little bit, or you can simply come on here on Wednesday night and we will do a little lesson on here about what perpetrators look like, how they operate online, how you can protect yourself and keep yourself safe. Yes, we will.
Also,
Naomi, do you want to come up for a minute, Naomi, before we go for the evening?
Also, if you haven't managed to take everything in tonight and on part 2 when that comes on, go onto my channel and it'll be on there. It'll be uploaded tomorrow, so you can then rewatch it at your own pace and take it all in. Just click the link in my profile; it'll take you straight there.
Thank you, Paul. Let me just see if Pure wants to come in before we go for the evening. Pure Islam, do you want to come in for a minute, hon? Honestly, it's flipping TikTok tonight. It's driving me insane.
There's a guy just come in called Considerate. He's usually got some pretty good things to say. Look, if he wants to come up, I'm sure you'd appreciate his input because he's a really good guy.
Yeah, he can come up if he wants. Penny, do you want to come up and have your say?
She's just getting out of a migraine, mate. So I don't think she wants to talk.
All right, bless her. We'll leave Penny then to rest because this is the effect Rangi, as you see, headaches all round.
No one seems to want to come up today, do they?
No, but do you know what? In a way, I suppose it's not bad because I'm sure tomorrow when we do part 2, everyone will be able to jump up and have a little bit more of a say. I know tonight I have gone on quite a lot, but I wanted to recap everything just because I've not been on for a while and we've not had a catch up. So it is nice to just go over the recap session. And tomorrow, as I say, we'll move on to Mikey P, all the other minions. And yeah, we'll just crack on with that. I have got some other things as well going on in the background, guys. I've got some more whistleblowers. I'm taking information. So even that's training because I'm on the phone for like 2 hours at a time when I am listening to people because I'm not rude. I like to just give them the chance. Obviously, they deserve it. But Mikey P, when I expose him tomorrow, I will be explaining the story fully around that. But as I say, 6 months ago, that guy ran me, tried to intimidate me, and now the little idiot has blocked me, don't want to speak to me, but posted me up on his TikTok. Like, I thought these men were hard. Do you know what I mean? They're running around with guns and fucking crossbows and attacking fire
We love TikTok
services.
shop.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, Shell, when Penny was messaging earlier, she said there's a lady that needs our help, so we need to have like a good catch up with Penny tomorrow if we can.
Right, yeah, of course we will, definitely.
Right, well, if you're done, Michelle, I'm going to drop down, love.
All right, my lovely. Well, thank you for tonight, and I look forward for tomorrow.
Definitely, darling, and you just keep being you because you're fabulous. All right, darling.
Oh, thank you, babe.
You know,
Good night
just
and
so,
God bless. Go on,
just,
Pinto.
I was just going to say, Paul, he messaged earlier and he said he was like, he felt unwell. Just know that if you do need anything or there's anything.
Oh, I know, darling. I know.
Yeah.
I know that, darling. Thank you very much.
And I'll send you that over as well soon, Paul. Ready for this week.
Yes. All right, darling. Well,
right,
love you both loads, and I'll speak
Love
to you
you
tomorrow.
too.
Night, guys. Night,
Good
everyone
night,
in here.
lovely. Bye.
So when we finish the live, can I just have a quick 5 minutes on the phone with you?
Yeah, let me just go and get ready for bed and that first, and then I'll be free then, babe.
Yeah, just there's a couple of things I need to let you know. So yeah, but if you've finished up, we'll drop down, you get ready for bed, and then we'll have a quick call.
All right, and babe, I'll speak to you soon.
Okay, good night,
right.
everyone.
Speak to you in a minute, babe.
Speak to you soon.
So, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you for coming in tonight. I know it's short notice and I've not really put any posters out. I have had a lot of people as well messaging when am I getting back on this. So I'm back. Good night and God bless, Penny. I love you loads. I'm back and we're going to stay focused now. No one else is going to be a distraction. But as I say, I just want to say a massive thank you for listening tonight. And every little bit of awareness, it costs nothing. You know, remember, if you hear a concern or someone's just saying, look, be a bit wary of that person, please take it on board. Just, I don't know, just go away and look into something rather than dismiss it or believe it. So I'm saying stay open-minded. Oh, good night and God bless, Eagle. And by the way, my darling, congratulations to you both on your wedding. And I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there. But I tell you what, I was thinking of you, Eagle. And I'm just so proud to see how happy you are in general today. It's lovely. Thank you, Emma, darling. Good night and God bless, would you, sweetheart? I hope you're all right as well. And if you do need me, you know where I am, because I know obviously you're going through some shit. But as I say, guys, I am very grateful for anyone who comes forward with information as well in regards to, well, dumber, twatty. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm absolutely worn twatty. I'm gonna go because I'm absolutely worn out. But I will be on tomorrow in Greece. Oh, lovely. God, lucky you. But when you get back, please give me a bell. It'll be nice to have a catch up with you. And I've got some updates for you as well. I'll tell you all about JJ as well in the hospital and stuff. Bloody hell. 2:55 a.m. I didn't even think there was 2 hours ahead, to be honest, over there. See what I mean? I've not really travelled that far, have I? Right, guys, good night and God bless. Please stay safe and don't be fooled. I'll be on tomorrow between 8 and 9, but I will put out a poster in the morning. Night, guys. Night, guys. Night, guys.